Exit out that stuff because I don't want nobody all over my business. All right. Okay. And then let me come back here. Start recording. All right, man. If you guys don't have my YouTube, it's Montemuse. It's the same thing as, you know, my normal accounts. And me and Brother Natural is live right now. Check it one more time. I just started it. Yep. Say if y'all could say something in the comments when y'all get there, so I can know, and let me know if y'all can hear me on the other side. Let me know if y'all can hear me on the other side.
Is there a delay?
Is it? It probably
Did you say
is.
let me hear? Yeah, there's a delay. There's a delay going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Or maybe that's your phone. I don't know.
It usually gives a delay. Do y'all have my YouTube?
Oh, never mind. That was my YouTube. My bad.
Got me. Behold, the only thing greater than yourself. Hey man, that's funny. That's real funny. Can you hear me on the YouTube chat? Can you hear me?
Peace, Amanda. Peace. We're gonna get started in a minute.
Can you hear me on the YouTube? Put a feather in the comments if you can hear me on the YouTube. What's up, Brother Rashad? You can hear me? What's up, Samuel? What's up, Reggiano? What's up, Rashad? Me and Brother Natural, we on YouTube right now. What I do is, you know, a nice little stream talking about a whole lot of stuff. Yep. Really, it's Tartarian stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a real good, interesting live. And for people on the TikTok, yeah, I know I've been MIA. It's just that TikTok is, it's kind of, it's cool. They just too strict. You know, they way too strict.
Man, they took down my video, man. So
yeah,
forget TikTok.
Yeah, forget
they
TikTok.
Bogus.
We're not really rocking with them.
They're really bogus for real.
People are too, they easily just, people are just able to just access you so easily and just say all types of stuff to you. I mean, it's kind of like that on YouTube, but it's not as bad, trust me. And if you doing something with YouTube, that's your Google account. That's your account that connects you to it connects you to so much. The volume is low. Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate you for actually telling me that the volume was low on Commando. I appreciate that. Can you hear me better? Can you hear me better? I know it got a bit of a delay a little bit, but it's whatever.
Oh, I gotta share it.
Yeah. Can you hear me in the chat? I'm about to actually log out of My TikTok game. Might have logged out of there. And for people that's on here, can y'all just go to the YouTube real quick? I'm just trying to see. Just trying to see. I'll still be able to see you guys comment. I'll still be able to see that. I think so. I should be able to lower it. Okay. That's a pretty long delay. I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty long delay. But I'm about to go ahead and end it on my TikTok real quick. And yeah. Peace, man. Peace. See y'all on YouTube. All right. I'm coming back.
What, you got to run it on Streamlabs?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I'm about to send all
What's
my
up, Cino? What's up, bro? So yeah, today, I don't know if y'all can hear me. Let me know in the chat on YouTube if you can hear me or not. Matter of fact, let me turn that back on. So I want them to come over. Yeah, on YouTube, let me know if you can hear me on the chat. All right. Those of y'all that's on my TikTok, and make sure they can hear me over there on TikTok. Though, yeah, they can hear me over there. Bet. So those of you that's on TikTok right now, go to my YouTube, Naturalism of Yahweh. Go to my YouTube. Bet. Because that's the only way you're going to see everything that's on the screen right now. So you need to go to my YouTube. That's the only way you're going to be able to see everything. What's up, B for all? So basically, what we're going over today is Tarteria, part 3 of Tarteria, Indian business, natural law, random, and things that Monty want to cover as well, and some extra bonus things that I'm going to slide in there too. This is part 3 of the last live that we did before. So this is what we doing. And by the way, those of y'all on my TikTok, not TikTok, those of y'all that's on my YouTube, become a member, $3 a month to get my information, my sources and everything early, see my videos early. And also, if you just want to support the channel, go ahead and buy your supers, buy your comments, special little comments and things like that, or just to become a member and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how you support my channel. Hell, I don't care if it's fucking 50 cents. Everything helps. But that's what we doing. This how we moving. We got to do things differently compared to TikTok because it's getting kind of crowded. The information is getting repetitive. So that's what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad about that. Too many people is taking a lot of information, claiming it as theirs, like they brought it out themselves. It's just completely disrespectful over there. So this is what we doing. They want the info, they got to come to YouTube to get it. You got to go through a lengthy video to know what I'm saying, get this information, because you watching it, it's going to reimburse me back. So it is what it is. And same goes to my bro Monty. If you watching it, it's going to reimburse him back. Because even that support too. So even though y'all in the comments, y'all still supporting too. So let's go ahead and get this started. What's up, Money?
Yeah. Is it me again?
Wrong video, man.
Is it me again that started it? You keep catching me out, guard. I keep forgetting.
Yep.
Snap. All right. All right.
I mean, I can go first. You want me to?
Yeah. I'm still.
No, I don't want to.
Am I glitching out?
No, you're not glitching.
Okay. Let me.
What's up, everybody that's coming in? Peace to the chat. I got 11 people in there so far. If you coming in, know what I'm saying, show some love, say what's up. Even if you're a Native American, even if you're a op, go ahead, say what's up. Let me know that you here. Even if you go against the information, let me know that you here.
And
All right.
for people that's watching on my YouTube, peace to you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, you get something out of this. Let me go to.
Oh yeah, shoot. Let me make you a host real quick.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
So I guess what I'm gonna be talking about being a little different.
Yeah. What it up? What's up, Kenneth? What's up, Mr. C? What's up?
All right. So I said I was going to talk about the Gullah Geechee. This is the study that I was talking about. So it says that African Americans' mitochondrial DNA often matches what DNA found in multiple ethnic groups, supposedly, right? But we're gonna go through it. Hold on a second. Let's go through it. Let me do this. Let me send a link actually, so I can read the whole thing. Let me send the link in here. Now this is a pretty old study, real quick. Second. This is a pretty old study, but it has good information in it. Let me go here. All right. Let's do this. Yeah, I gotta excuse, man. The internet connection is not that good. Okay, there we go. So let's do it. Let's go through it. Natural idea. Yep, I bet it is.
So you got it up?
Yep. I did have a couple questions as well about
Who, to me?
haplogroups. Yeah, about haplogroups.
What about it?
Just expounding on the haplogroup is basically genetic markers. Like, just expound on what it might be.
Basically, according to science, basically it's just genetic markers, like you just said. Every so-called human species on this earth have a haplogroup. And a haplogroup is a cluster of numbers and letters that is basically like an indicator of your origins, allegedly. My opinion on it, another fake stuff. Just more fake BS, but that's what it is. But we're gonna tap into it. We're gonna tap into it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it said that a certain percentage, did match. But I'm like, if it's talking about a genetic marker, then it's not it's technically not really saying that's where they come from. It's just saying it shows similarities within a certain
Right.
percentage with a genetic marker. So when I was going through the conclusion, let me actually just read it real quick. So it says the mitochondrial DNA, mtDNA, haplotypes have become popular tools for tracing maternal ancestry, and several companies offer this service to the general public. All right. Let me go a little further down. Let me go to the results. When 2 independent African American samples were analyzed, more than half of the sampled HVS mtDNA haplotypes exactly match common haplotypes that were shared among multiple ethnic. So this is what they do within the like ancestry.com. They'll take genetic markers from different locations based off your genotype, right? And then they will smash it together and then say you come from all these different places when it's just a genetic marker. That's what they're doing.
So basically, it's like another astrology in a sense, biological astrology. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, I think so. So
It's interesting though, because like I said, they just come up with this stuff themselves, and they just attach something to it, even if it's random, and just say, "Oh, since you got this haplogroup, you belong to this region." Again, it brings you to another concept of a fictitious doctrine, as in, how can you connect something that's biological to something that's geological? You can't do that. It's two different elements. You can't do that.
yep. So even with this study, it's still like it doesn't really solidify um, the narrative of them saying that we come from Africa when it's just looking at DNA markers. It's that simple. So it also says right here, another 40% did not match any sequence in the database, and fewer than 10% were an exact match to a sequence from a single African ethnic group. Differences in the regional distribution of haplotypes were observed in the African database, and the African American haplotypes were more likely to match haplotypes found in, they say West Africa, right, than those found in Eastern or Southern Africa. Fewer than 14% of the African American mtDNA sequences matched sequences from only West Africa, only West Central Africa, right? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Conclusion, our database of sub-Saharan African sequences include the most, mind you, for people that's looking at that, a lot of us were sent to West Africa and a lot of us did encompass West Africa.
Yep.
So you see similar DNA markers is because a lot of us were sent to Cape, we were sent to Liberia, we were sent to the Ivory Coast, Rice Coast, we were sent to all these different locations.
So
And some of
y'all
us,
gotta know. My bad.
oh, I was just gonna say some of us is over there right now.
Y'all gotta know the psyop behind that. I'm gonna you mind me bringing up the source to back you up on it?
No, I don't know.
All right, let me go ahead and bring up that source real quick. I just reclaimed it. Open up my folder. Let's see. Dang it, I need to find out how to play background music on this, like separately from sharing. Let's see. The Jesuits. The Moors. Hold up. The measures of native slavery.
The heck is going on with my stream? Hold on a second.
Okay, I'm gonna read several. I'm gonna read several of them real quick.
Hold on,
Okay.
my stream just ended. That was weird.
Your stream just ended.
Yeah, it ended. So I had to restart it.
Yeah, that is weird. Okay, here we go. Don't worry, I still got my live going on, so in case you something that you missing, you can take it out from my live if you can. Okay, get this down, get that down. Okay. So let me go to show y'all the book real quick. This is the book that I'm going to. Africans and Native Americans, the language of race and the evolution of red black peoples by Jack Forbes. All right. So this is just to back up what Monty said. A lot of our people did go to West Africa. It was not the other way around. Is I'm too loud?
Oh, no, it's good.
Okay. A lot of our people did not go, did not come from West Africa. It was the other way around. So yes, the Atlantic slave trade allegedly was told in reverse. They told you your origins from Africa, knowing dang well your people were sent to West Africa, to Portuguese, German, Dutch, Arabic, Russian settlements in West Africa. And a lot of those people in West Africa that were slaves was not originally Africans. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So here we go. It says, let's see, where we at? I'm gonna read several things though. It says in the 1500s, Pedro Oliveira Cabral sailing to India touched along the Brazilian coast. It appears that at least one American was sent back to Portugal with Gaspar de Lemos. This initially friendly contact was not to last, however, since the king of Portugal seems to have envisioned the coast of Brazil as a second slave coast. Keep that in mind. That was the slave coast, Brazil. It was bigger than Africa's. And it says to be harvested in the manner of West Africa. So yeah, you see, right? And it says in 1502, he let a contract for what's it say? For Neo de Noronha. I'm gonna butcher these Spanish words just to let y'all know. And it says in a company of merchants to trade in Brazil wood and slaves. They were to send to Brazil 6 ships each year. 4 ships were sent in 1503, and they returned to Portugal full of wood and slaves. And it is known that the trade was fairly regular after 1504. And it says from the very beginning, then Americas was required as commodity. Here it is. It says from the very beginning, then Americans were acquired as commodity. So what does that tell you, people? We was walking money. They did not trade us for gold. They did not trade us for guns and all this other stuff. It was called the Atlantic slave trade. You was trading slaves for other slaves. The new slaves that was on the market was American slaves, not African slaves. African slaves been there. They already knew how Africans work. But the biggest new slaves on the market was the Americans. And these was not Native Americans. Okay? So it says we was the commodity and shipped to Europe as well as perhaps to Africa. All right? They like to tell you about Native Americans or American Indians being shipped to Europe all the damn time, but they never tell you about them being shipped to Africa. If the Native Americans was shipped to Africa, where are the native populations in West Africa? Y'all tell me. Right? Let's see if this. No, I'll have to read that. Not that one. Was introduced in the area and work together in American slaves. No. Okay, so this is going to give you basically an insight of this. Yes. Wouldn't that be South America? Yeah, it was South America. It was South America. So the people y'all see in West. Oh, no. I'm talking about this time period. This happened in North America too. I'm telling you when it started. The North American Indians were sent over there too, to West Africa. That's why our bloodline pops up over there. But we are the same bloodline of South America. That's one thing us as a people need to understand. We are the same people of South America. The Choctaws, Kitawas, Rabbanox, Pamunkey tribe, whatever you want to call it, they all came from South America and they traveled up during cataclysms. Our people are still down there in South America, just to let y'all know. That's why a lot of us still look alike. So, and we all still do the same thing. The only people that can compete with us is South Americans. That's really the only people. The only people that can sing as good as us, dance as good as us, and be as skilled as us is our own people, and that's in South America and Mexico, and in the Caribs and Canada. All right. And that should let y'all know that why certain Africans long so much to come to America. Why? Because maybe deep in their bloodline, they have some roots here that they are drawn back to. Okay, Much say he'll be back. That they are drawn back to. That's why a lot of them like to come here. Not because waiting to come in. Oh, you left the chat completely? Okay, there you go. I didn't even know you left the chat completely. Okay. Be careful with saying that I can't even see what you said. Because Africans has great singers too. Of course. I'm talking about, I said as skilled as us. There's Japanese people that sound good. There's some Arabic people that sound good singing. But I said as skilled as us. You get what I'm saying? Because nobody's as skilled as us but us. I'm just being real. I'm talking about as a predominant nation. Come on now. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. And that's no disrespect to Africa. So let me read this part right here. It says, okay, it says a few black Africans, that's a misnomer, began to be introduced in a Pernambuco area where from the beginning they worked together with American slaves. Now later on, once Monty get done presenting his presentation, then once I rebuttal under him, I'm gonna show you the difference between African slaves and American slaves. I'm gonna show y'all that. All right. But it says in 1548, for example, Hans Stedin found Morin, and I'm not going to butcher that word, Moors and Brazilian slaves. So they said they found Moors and Brazilian slaves. Who are the Moors? All right. And it says used together against the enemy group. These Moors could have been the Tupuya slaves. However, 2 years later in San Vicente, Tayden frequently mentioned American slaves and said that the Portuguese had many. Okay. So y'all know who was shipping us. It was the Portuguese. All right. So get into the main root of this. Is it in this one? No, not that one. Here we go. Yes, here we go. It says under the conditions of labor shortage in Brazil after 1580 century, it would appear that the shipping of Americans to Portugal would have declined in significance. But we must keep in mind that these Portuguese had to have a way to pay for African slaves. So I'll say it again. These Portuguese had to have a way to pay for African slaves. Also perhaps sometimes wanted to be rid of potential rebellious Americans. So who was the rebellious slaves that we always heard about? Was they Africans or was they Americans? Okay. And it says R.C. Boxer noted that the late as century 1790, the Portuguese of Pauea I can't even say that. Region were trading 3 or 4 redskins for one Negro from Angola. Again, this is an instance. He said this Portuguese went to the Puea region, were trading 3 or 4 redskins. We talking red like Monty. For one Negro. Y'all need to know what is a Negro, right? From Angola. In that area, the Americans were disliked and despised. Don't the Africans dislike and despise us today? And y'all need to be real about that. And it says, it is possible, therefore, the cheap American slaves captured in slave raids were sent to Africa and Portugal in exchange for Africans. They're showing you proof. All those so-called Africans, which wasn't really Africans, that came over here during the Atlantic slave trade, what was they getting in an exchange? Who was these other settlers trading for these Africans? No, Africa is not the motherland. It is the youngest land. Look it up. How Africa is the motherland when it is the youngest land on this earth? Look it up. Look where most of all the fossils and the oldest fossils is located. It's right here in America, and Europe is older than Africa. So it couldn't be the motherland. But I end my case right there. You see that American Indians was being traded for Africans. So your Atlantic slave trade, you see Africans, you see American Indians going to the west coast of Africa and see Africans coming over here. That's why you see our bloodline in the west coast of Africa. All right, I'm gonna give it back to you.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with that.
I just go into a teacher zone, bro. My bad.
No. No, it just kicked me out. I don't know what happened. It just ended.
You back live streaming, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm back live streaming. Yo. Dang, that's crazy. Oh yeah, you can't even see what I'm looking at. Hold on. There we go. Put it in this folder.
Yeah, let me go and mute myself.
Okay, so back to it. I just really wanted to show this particular part right here. It's kind of all over the place tonight, doggone. It says the findings, oh yeah, that's right here. The findings that 40% of African Americans' maternal lineage had no match in the database. That's really what I wanted people to really focus on right there. So the other people, their maternal lineage was found. Our maternal lineage was found in Africa. But 40% of people that did this, of the Gullah Geechee, none of the maternal lineages was found in the database at all. So, I thought that was pretty crucial right there within the conclusion. It's pretty crucial. I had some stuff ready for Tarteria as well. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I was trying to figure out if you had this book. Did you have this book? I can't hear you.
My bad. I was replying back to some people on TikTok. I don't know why they still over there in the chat over there arguing. But yeah, they can still hear our voice, but they can't see. They got to go to YouTube to see us. But no, I don't have that book.
So this is a pretty interesting book. It talks about the Tartarian nations. It talks about the Turks being Tartary. It talks about the Chinese being Tartary. It talks about how they was invaded and how they was being how they was invaded and how they was invading and what tongues was of Tartarian language. It's a pretty good book. It's a pretty good book. What happened in the 1200s? And it seemed like a lot of people was just like, we just at war, just invading each other, man. It's crazy.
The Great
And
War.
I found a lot of good, good stuff in here. Speaking about the Tartarian languages, one of them was called Sioux. And I thought that was interesting because you think about the tribe, the Sioux. You got the tribe of the Sioux that's in North America / Canada, whatever. And you got the Sioux that are in South America. Thought that was interesting. You got a little bit, hold on a second, what is it? The people of Asia had likewise no, no. No. That's not the one I was looking for. Let me see. It's the same judgment time given to the nations in those Asia. They took, okay. Yeah, so you can see right here, I wasn't able to get the whole thing in there. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go to the actual book. I'm gonna have to go to the actual book with it.
So it could be possible that some Negroid type of racists of Tartaria could be pretending like they originally from here too, and they
Yeah,
just mixed in with us.
yep.
That's a possibility. That's interesting.
And y'all gotta excuse if I do seem a little uncomfortable, my back is killing me. So if I seem like a little a little edgy, it's just because my back is hurting. And I'm trying to get comfortable. So I thought this was a good page in this book right here. I want you to see the top, but this little thing right here is blocking it. There we go. All right, so it said, I have said that the Indians resemble the Asiatic Tartars. He's talking about the fake ones, of course. I mean, not the fake ones, but we know. But some expectations must be made for the Eskimos of the North and the gray-eyed race near Nuuk.
Hey, bro, you there?
So I was like, dang, that's crazy. Who's known for having gray eyes? Who's known for having gray eyes? Are Asians known for having gray eyes? You got to think about it. You think, oh, the moon-eyed people, right? And it said that these people that had the gray eyes didn't look like Tartarians at all. The Tartar face belong only to those people in the middle and southern regions, and whom form a vast majority. This face is not of the Kalmucks, whose flattened face and nose are not found among them. At Vincey's in Detroit, I met with faces that reminded me of Bedouins and Egyptian fellows. In the hue of their skin, quality of hair, and many other circumstances, they were alike. They likewise resemble in having a mouth shaped like a shark's, the sides lower than the front, the teeth small, regular, white, and very sharp, like the tiger's. I shall say little of the customs of the Choctaws to mold the skull of the newborn child to the shape of the truncated, what is that, truncated? I don't know. Pyramid by pressing them between two boards. So when the baby is born, they will put the baby on this board and then it will flatten the back of the head so it can go all the way up. Pretty sure y'all heard the natives talk about it, and then they put them on the boards and stuff like that. This mode is so effectual that the tribe is known for the name Flatheads. And I have a picture of a Flathead Indian. I will not pull it up right now because I have to search for it. I will show y'all that later. More accurate inquiries must, however, be left to be learned in America, who enjoy the best opportunities of settling the truth. Language is the most instructive and unerring of all the monuments of rude nations. Dr. Barton has published a curious dissertation on this subject, in which he compares several of these dialects with each other, with those of the Tarteria nations of Asia. And just like Brother Natural was talking about in a previous live, he said that it was a multitude of different people in Tarteria, which is true. They had different languages, they had different features, you know what I'm saying? Some of them didn't like each other, and they was fighting each other. And that's the way the cookie crumbles was going on there. And the people outside was calling it confusion because they had a lot going on. It was a lot going on in Tartaria. Yep. And it's Yep. All right, let me see. All right. Now, I thought this was really interesting. This particular piece right here is talking about Asia and Tartaria. So it says right at the,
Hey, bro, save that image and bring it back up in one of your photo apps on your computer so you can enlarge it.
Where did I just put that? Okay. It might not be crystal clear. It might be a little iffy. Okay. So Negro slaves are dispersed over Persia, Arabia, and Hindustan, which is India Minor. But they are few in number. Abyssinians, indeed, from time to time, enter Asia in crowds. They came, however, not as a nation, but as mercenary soldiers in service of the Arab.
Hold on, wait a minute. What? Abyssinia, indeed, from time to time, enter Asia in crowds. So if they enter, is they talking about Tartaria in this, right?
Yeah. It's talking about Tartaria.
Okay. I just thought about something.
When I found this, I was like, dang, this is a pretty good book. It was made in the early 1800s. It's a pretty good book. But let's go here. America. Okay. Where was I? And they came, however, not as a nation, but as mercenary soldiers in the service of the Arab what is that? Emirates? I can't really see it because it's kind of blurry. Or of Indian with a jaws. And their descendants, like those of the Portuguese, have entirely merged into the native population. America, at all events, has not much increased the population of Asia. The troops, I don't know how to say that. That's butchered. On the most northern eastern peninsula of Asia, who belong to the family of the Eskimo, as the affinity of their language induces us to suppose have perhaps not, what is that? Paused? Some to see into Asia, but are rather aborigines of Asia. Thus we find Asia, like all other large divisions of the earth at the great present day, inhabited by aborigines and foreigners. The two great divisions of mankind is, I said that kind of weird, didn't I? Mankind in a historical point of view. Asia has been the principal country from which immigration has spread, so far as the history of man is known. It has been the parent.
Sorry to interject, but the part when you said the Eskimos, as the infancy of their language, induce us to suppose have perhaps not passed the sea into Asia, but are rather aborigines of Asia.
Yep.
So is they trying to say the Negro type came over here? of
I
Asia?
don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know what it's. I know that the originals were all dark skinned. The Mongols, very, very dark. So I'm not sure. I know these types are kind of like mixtures. They're mixed. You know, they got that. You can, yeah. Denisovian, they're mixed.
See, it's like the more we dive into these books, the more I'm starting to see that these Native Americans are not the original Mongolians that came over here. It
No,
keeps backing me up to a corner like, okay, if you're not the real American Indians and you're not the original Asians that came over here, then where did you guys come from? Or what are you? And how did you get to the way that you look today?
it's mixtures. That's the
It's just more
conclusion.
questions over.
That that's the conclusion that I came up with, that they're mixtures of different types of humanoid beings. And the originals was probably killed to near extinction. And these are like the replacements. It's like the replacements of the originals. The original Mongols. That's my personal opinion on that particular point. And I was going to do a video on that, actually, talking about the Denisovians. I did a TikTok live about it, but to really get into detail about, there is multiple different types of Denisovians and multiple different types of humanoid beings that was located in Asia and Africa, and you find that in the modern day people of those locations. To me, it's telling me what happened. Because if we all come from the same family, then it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't have different Denisovian blood in you. You shouldn't. If we all come from the same particular line, we don't.
Yeah, that's probably it. The Desovians. It probably was like the type of wild man that came, or according to Rashad, it could be the wild man from this region. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But user 2853, I'm not gonna say the rest of it, said Spaniards brought Filipinos, which they was Negroes too, Filipino slaves and Chinese. Now this right here, uh could potentially be it. And it says Chinese came here 70 years before Columbus.
Yeah.
And also they came again during the gold rush. 300,000 of them, approximately 300,000 of them came over here during the gold rush. And it's crazy because the native population is so small and a small number of Chinese people came over here.
Yeah.
So you put two and together. I mean,
Boom, bada bang. And so this is another part that I thought was interesting in this book. It says at the bottom right, all right, it says Asia has been the principal country from which immigration has spread. So people just coming out of Asia. Remember, I showed you guys before how Asia and America was interconnected. It was, and Brother Natural showed y'all on the map how the sea levels is not that low as we think. And it was all connected. Very recently, it was all connected. It was all connected. So we're going to go right here. Thus we find Asia, like all other large divisions of the earth at the great present day. Okay. We consider the inhabitants of Asia to the physical division of three principal races. All right. The inhabitants of Asia to the division of three principal races. The Caucasian, right? They call them yellow, whatever. No, white. The yellow or Mongolian, and the so-called black person, right? Ethiopian. And three intermediate races, namely the dark brown Malay, right? The Negro-like Pape, also called the Austral Negroes. So I was like, this is very interesting because this right here is a key sign that Negro don't mean African. Like I've said before, back in the day, it was a phenotype. It wasn't a location. It was not a location. So when people saying Negro, they said You got the Papua Guinean Negroes. You got the American Negro. You got the African Negro. You got the Asiatic Negro. It was just a classification. That's all it was, to try to figure you out. And as you can see, they even call it the Austral Negroes, the original Australia's Negroes. And the copper color American or American, we find the greatest number of these races. Where do they find them? Asia. Asia. Let's read that again. Let's read that again. Let's read that again. If we consider the inhabitants of Asia according to the physical division of three principal races, the white, they say the Caucasian, the Mongolian, or the Ethiopian, and three intermediate races, namely the dark brown Malay, the Negro-like Pape, or the Austral Negro, and the copper-colored American, all in Asia. Am I reading this wrong, Brother Natural? Am I reading this wrong? Because that's what it looks like.
That's the Aborigines, what they was talking about up there in their top paragraph. If they're going to say Aborigines, and we know Aborigines is associated with the term Negro. So, no, you're not reading this wrong. Not at all.
I was like, when I saw this, I said, like, what the? Am I tripping? All right, so it says, we find that the greatest number of these races and of those nations which connect them are dispersed over the surface of this continent. Let me read that again. We find the greatest number of these races and of those nations which connect them and disperse over the surface of this continent. They cannot always be exactly distinguished by the form of their skull, the hair or complexion of their skin. The three principal races border one on one another in the elevated valleys of Central Asia, where the skulls of the Kashmirians, I had never heard of no Kashmirians, show their Caucasian origin, whilst those of the Baks or inhabitants of Bhutan and Tibet are Mongolic. In between them, the skull of the Negro is found. Hold on a second. In Asia, in Central Asia, they find in a Negro. In Tibet, they find in the skull of a Negro in Tibet in the 1800s. They saying that
and also remember the Abyssinians, they went there too. So just keep that in mind as well.
Crazy. So I've never heard of no Kashmirian. I've never heard of a Kashmirian show their Caucasian origin. But we know that the original Caucasians was melanated. I don't know at this particular point in time which one they was talking about, but we know that the original Caucasian was melanated. But as you can still see, they said that they found the Negro bones all throughout Asia, right? Negro-like people and Negroes was all throughout Asia. Central Asia, Eastern Asia, didn't matter. And in between all right, let's go according to the observations of Trail, that nearly the extinct slave tribe of the Dom, or whatever that is, in the Valley of Kumon belongs to the dark colored and woolly haired race of the Negroes. Right? But perhaps the Doms are the only most northern representative of the Austral Negroes, which are dispersed throughout the peninsula beyond the Ganges and Sunda Islands, as well as in the adjacent islands of Australia, as far as New Guinea, in which since they have become known, have been constantly called Pape. By Coover, they are enumerated among those tribes which have separated from the true Negroes. So I think that's very interesting, that the fact that they would say that, right? Because, don't you find that suspicious how they would say, oh, Negro like and Negroes? Like, that's kind of like, why would you say the true Negroes? The Malay race in the neighborhood inhabits the island of Sumatra and the peninsula of what is that? Malika, all the races enumerated are found in Asia except the copper-colored races of America. The Caucasian prevails from the. Okay, I don't know if they're contradicting themselves or if I just read the previous part wrong. But all the races, you got something to say, Brother Nash?
Oh no, I'm reading it carefully along with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. All the races enumerated are found in Asia except the copper-colored race of America. The Caucasian prevails from the century, or basically center of the continent towards the west and northwest of the Mongolian lake. Likewise, from
You
the
gotta also remember, it says right here, it says all the races enumerated are found in Asia except the copper colored races of America.
enumerated.
And enumerate, yeah. And it says the Caucasians prevail from the centra of the continent toward the west. Is they still talking about America or is they talking about Asia? And it says the northwest. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you can let them have that. You can let them have that.
Yeah.
It says the Caucasians prevail from the centra of the continent towards the west. The Tartarians and the Mongols and all those people invaded the west of America. Remember what holds this book? This is from the 18th century.
Yeah, it's
I think.
1800.
Yeah, this is an 18th century book. So the Mongolians are already over there. And there was Caucasians as well on the west coast of America too during that time. So it says the northwest as well, and the Mongolian likewise. They all talking about the west coast of America, which we've been talking about, not the east coast.
And it says enumerated. All races enumerated are found in Asia. All races, it basically says to list. So enumerated means to list. All races listed are found in Asia, except the copper-colored race of America, supposedly. The first order, okay. We shall not pursue further the divisions of the nations of Asia, which is derived from the history and genealogy of the different tribes, nor that which depends on their physical character, but rather follow that which results from the spoken languages. But we must also observe that these points do not always exactly coincide, and that many difficulties are still to be solved by further investigation. Still, we think that the division which rests on the eternal structure of the languages is, as far as the investigation of this matter has been carried, the most certain and the safest, and that the nearer or remoter kindred which exists between different nations may in some measure be indicated by it. Adopting, therefore, the division of nations according to their languages, the following groups may be enumerated in Asia. The first in order of the historical importance is the Semitic nations, that these are the Syrians and the Chaldeans, or the ancient Aramaic, what is that? Aramacans or whatever, the Phoenicians. Though the number of the pure and unmixed families belong to these people.
You said it right, Amarenians. Amarenians.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the E and the A.
Okay, Armenians belonging to this people may be small and probably still exist in their ancient country, especially near the, what is that? As them doggone words is like
Lebanese. Yeah.
The Jews who from Palestine have been dispersed all over all Asia, as far as the coast of Malabar in the northern province of China. So the Uyghurs have been dispersed all over Asia. And we know who those are. We know how
those are the Moors. They had to been the time when they was escaping their the Roman Catholic family. If they talking about they dispersed. So they was running from something.
Gotta be.
They went to Asia. Most definitely, it was the Roman Catholic. Because if they was escaping the Mongolians, they would be running towards the west. No, the east. Yeah, the west. They'd be
Yeah.
running towards the west if they
And they
was
could find
escaping
their
the
way.
Mongolians.
They could find their way back over here if they was running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was connected. Who are the all right? And it has to from the coast of Malabar in the northern province of China. The Arabs, who are the most numerous of this race and less mixed with other nations, and are dispersed throughout all Western Asia as far as the mouths of the Indus and the sources of Oxus. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's right. All right, southern countries of Asia as far as China and maybe, and let's compare with the Arabs. The Turk. All right, I'm gonna go a little further down right here. Right here. The Turkish nations form one of the most extensive groups. Greatest number of them occupy Central Asia. Beginning on the with the tableland of Gobi and the countries about the lake of is that? Oh, I didn't get it in the screenshot apparently. And extended to the west of the Turkestan. I basically wanted to show how the Turks have is what Tartarian dialect. So the Turks are Tartarian. The Turkomans of the Turkmenans or whatever that says right there. I think that's an MENES. A past understood by all of them. No. A past nation divided into innumerable tribes formed the principal stock of the inhabitants of northern Persia on the west side of the Caspian Sea. I'm assuming that says sea. In Shirvan, Asia Minor, Kibba, and Bagham were a tribe of Eastern Turks who are the original inhabitants of the center of tableland of Eastern Asia. So the Turks are Tartarian. You got a whole bunch of different types. Yup. But yeah, that's hold on a second. Yup. I'm gonna call it Turkish
Oh yeah,
Tartar.
it goes in depth into the types of Tartarians too, the Turkish and all of that. Yeah, that was pretty dope. I didn't know. So that book goes in depth about the Asian nations from the Negroid type and all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's a pretty good book. I was thrown off a little bit. I said, dang, it's pretty good. Is this the same one? No. I think that's a different one. Among the political bodies of Asia. Yeah, that's a different one. It's talking about the Chinese Empire according to great divisions of the countries and the Turkish Tartarian empires. It's also talking about Britain. It's also talking about Britain. Now, I feel like what we have to do is we have to kind of like figure out where we fall in line with this. Are we a multitude of these different nations and we're just getting confused and thinking, oh, we're this, we're not that, but we just might be all of it, or a lot of it. And then we getting confused because different titles and different names is applied, you know. And this is the reason why imagery is so important. And we have to get an understanding about how these people looked, even pictures, images, or whatever. We have to get to understand who is who. Because we know a lot of these people just came up. We know a lot of these people just started claiming stuff that they know they shouldn't be claiming. Because kind of found out we the original Greeks and we the original Native Americans. So that right there is already a thing to think like. These people are lying on multiple layers. So you have to figure out how these people looked during that time frame. Look at primary sources. If you can get paintings, that will be very good, very good. And that's going to help us all figure out this entire story, this entire piece of history that's just lost. We got to figure that out. Oh, and if you haven't already liked the video, like the live on YouTube, please go ahead and do it. Leave, and leave a comment. Let me know how it's looking as well.
Right. So you teaching it today, ain't you? Usually that
Oh,
me be up there doing the whole damn sermon. Sweating
yeah.
this shit.
Yeah, oh man, I'm almost about done though. I tell you that. I just got this too. I just got this today. I wasn't able to do deep digging because I've been digging on our stuff of what we believed in and stuff like that. So I've been doing that for several weeks. But
That's good.
Tarteria, I was like, oh, we're gonna talk about Tarteria. Let me try to figure something out real quick. So that's what
Right.
I did, and I saw this stuff. I was like, dang, this is really good.
Hey, you
But
welcome, man. I am one of many that helped people find their identities and things like that. But what me and Monty, I'm responding to the comments.
mm,
Excuse me. What me and Monty is doing, we're showing you how deep this rabbit hole go. Like when it comes down to the people who invaded us, there's our identity within our identity within our identity. Like there's reasons why some of us look Asianic right here on the East Coast, like myself. I know for a fact I got some Aboriginal Asianic blood. Look at my eyes and how low my forehead is. I said I know for a fact I got it. I say it might be from Papua New Guinea, it might be the Fiji. You never know. I still ain't came across, but based off phenotype, I said I know for a fact. I said I got the East Island, the East Islander blood, and I know I got the West blood. And I know I got the Moor blood in me. So I'm saying this bloodline really run deep. Nobody is absolutely, I'm being real. Nobody is absolutely one thing. Nobody, because they was trading slaves for slaves during the slave trade. I'm talking about for 700 years, trading slaves for slaves. And those slaves was intermingling with another. We had different type of N words mixing with one another. So you could be an American Indian with Pacific Islander blood, with a little Russo blood, Russian blood, Aboriginal Russian blood. Know what I'm saying? So it go deep. Hold up, Monty. Continue off real quick.
okay, I got you. But yeah, as y'all can see, you guys can see that we was inhabiting multiple different regions. And it's funny, and on another note, please remember that the term Negro has been applied to multiple different types of people in multiple different areas across the entire earth. So as not to negate you and put you in one particular region in West Africa, because you just got to West Africa, right? You was already there before, right? Stuff popped off,
Right.
and you went there afterwards. But your original location is here, right? Just the reason if you take a DNA test, some of y'all DNA is going to go to India's minor. It's going to go all throughout Europe, talking about Spain, Italy. Some of y'all stuff might even go to Greenland. I'm telling y'all, that's because we was everywhere. Y'all stuff, and y'all, if y'all ever realized when it comes to the Americas, they try to dilute it as much as possible. But most of the people that's related to us is in the Americas, correct? So what's really going on? The people that's closest to us in the haplotype, or whatever you call it, DNA marker, is in America as we speak. Because I just showed y'all, even when we did, that's why I showed y'all the Gullah Geechee thing. When you looked at the Gullah Geechee test that they pulled out, they said the haplotype, DNA markers can be found within multiple different regions in West Africa today, in modern times. That test was done recently. But 40%, the maternal lineage, which barely changes throughout the years, cannot be found at all in their database. So that means they mamas going all the way up is not from West Africa at all. It has never been in West Africa. That's exactly what that means. That's exactly what that means. So I hope y'all take that into account. And I hope y'all remember that and even look up that study, because I pulled it up for you guys so y'all can do the reading for yourself and see how a big percentage of the people that call themselves the Gullah Geechee, a lot of them, y'all not even from Africa at all. Y'all need to know that. Y'all, they claiming that the Gullah Geechee is, oh, we're Africans, we mixed up. No. It's not like that. Y'all not from
Yep.
So
That's dead. That's dead. As much as our people want to be African so bad, and then when you tap into this real knowledge, you will soon learn that, hey, I might not be what I believe that I am. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we basically making a notion on. Cause when you pick up these old books and you learn about these different Negroes that came here and that were slaves, you can't sit up there oopla saying, oh, I came from West Africa. Your bloodline, like I said, could have came from Australia. It could have came from, like I said, Indonesia.
Yep.
Just because you a certain color doesn't mean you came from the mainstream idea all melanated people came from Africa, because that is not true. Melanated people was the first everywhere and will be the last everywhere. All right.
It's because we got good hearts. Yes, sir. That's because of our hearts and our minds and our bodies. You know, we just try to
not just that, bro.
Yeah.
We survive every single cataclysm. These people had to create incubator babies, clones.
Yeah.
They had to do ungodly things to survive.
It's pretty nasty. It's pretty sick.
So, yep. Just Earth not gonna knock off its precious creations. Like they say, all these things are distinct. I don't believe nothing on this earth is extinct. It's somewhere else, somewhere. Preserved somewhere.
Yeah. Me too. I do believe that a lot of the stuff that they said is extinct, they got it themselves or it went into hiding in a faraway place. Because creation knows how to survive if it wants to. It really does. It knows how to fight off stuff that's unnatural as well. So, yeah, I don't think that creation is weak, because it will spew you, man. You will get chewed up and messed up. Don't play with it. Also, I wanted to show y'all this real quick. It talks about Gullah Geechees, right? The little stuff. Their religion is Christianity, Islam, and traditional West African practices. I said, doggone, what is the traditional West African practices? When they paint their faces the way they do, and they do the stuff that they've been doing, it's not West African practices, man. I mean, I even have this at the bottom with the 3 Gullah traditions, right? Making sweetgrass baskets. You're making baskets. You know how many places make baskets? Quilting. What freaking West African country tribe is known for quilting? What? I'm trying to figure this out. Even the food has nothing to do with what. So I want people to really understand that they really are just talking. Like, they're just talking. They're not telling y'all facts. And if you look up what particular region a lot of us supposedly came from, they're not going to tell you a place. They're going to have to tell you multiple places. They're not going to tell you one region. They're not. Yep. And when you talk about the Ivory Coast and the whatever coast, a lot of those coasts is not even where you think they were, right? Because a lot of West African coasts were actually in America.
Yep. Do you know how many Ghanas I found? Do you know how many Puerto Ricos I found?
Angola.
Yep. How many Ethiopias I found? They be playing with y'all.
Yep. And a rice coast is actually off the Americas. It wasn't off West Africa. It was two rice coasts, actually. Let me just say that. It was two rice coasts. But the rice coast that me personally, I really think they were talking about when they was talking about Negroes was in North America, La Florida, the rice coast of where they were being picked up from was on this side of the Americas. But, you know, and the things is going to add up. It's going to add up. It is. They really have to get the ones that could not be, you know, subdued. So like if you were the Gullah Geechee, the Seminole, the people up there that had ties with the government as well. I mean, the people up north that had ties with the government as the, you know, the Narragansetts or whatever, you know, people up north, you know, got connections and stuff like that. I don't know what they were doing to be able to keep their identity, but, you know, that's another topic. And people that's in the islands, they really had to target us heavy to confuse us. So you get to the Gullah Geechee, y'all are Native Americans mixed with Africans, and push that hard on the Gullah Geechee. Push it hard because they're actually just a multitude of different American tribes. And then you
They
go
was
to
out here saying the same thing about the Ravanaks, about the Pumunki tribe, all these people over there
yeah,
on the far east coast. They just said, no, we got to make them African because it's hard to say they was the modern Native Americans today because there's no history of them being Native Americans.
yeah.
So they just they recently started attaching African to their name.
So they're what they're trying to do, and I guarantee you this, they're not going to come out with all that Native American in their blood if they took a DNA test. So this is how you know they're contradicting themselves. Because if you say a lot of us don't look, we look like our own particular group of people. We look like the Americans. That's what we look like. Even though some of us might be dark, some of us might be light, we still look like our own people. We look like our own set of people. When you really look at the phenotype in these pictures side by side of many elders, you're going to see the difference. And so thinking about it like that, you're going to know that they're lying about this DNA test stuff because they're going to say, oh, take a DNA test. What is it going to come back? 1 or 2% Native American, right? So how the French toast do you look the way you look when you have supposedly 1 or 2% Native American blood in you? How the French toast did a Rafanox or Rappahannock or the Pumunki or the Passamaquoddy or the Narragansetts or the Flatheads or the supposed, you know, Blackfoot, the Kitawas, all the originals that look melanated and had curly hair, coarse hair. They all look like their family, but all of them are supposedly Native Americans mixed with Africans.
Yep.
So in a sense, they're taking out your identity completely and erasing it. So they have to come up with something else to make you come into existence because they know you don't look like nobody else on the planet. So they're gonna have to say you're a mixture. This all Black Americans are mixtures of multitude of different people, and not your own people, right? Supposed Black American. But I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So,
Oh, you ready for me to claim it?
yep.
All right. For those of y'all that's on TikTok watching, I told y'all to go to my YouTube and watch it. I know I just put up a display screen up there so you can see. I made it small so you can see what's going on over there. But I'm gonna turn the display screen right off in a minute. So I'm telling y'all, those of y'all that's on TikTok, go to my YouTube so y'all can watch what's going on. All right. So let's see where we at. Tarteria. Now I told y'all I was gonna show y'all the difference between uh the African Negro and the American Negro.
Yes. Oh, let me put myself.
Right? So here we go right here. We got the slave auction right here from the newspaper. You might see some people on TikTok going around showing this. Yes, they got it from me, and they not supporting me like the way they supposed to. But I understand people want to be known for something. But it's cool. Yeah, I got a grudge. I don't care. All right. So you looking right here. It says auction sales, right? And it says right here, it says also the slaves hereafter named. Oh shoot. I'm not even sharing my screen.
Yeah, I was just about to say I can't see it.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Get back to it. My bad. My bad, Ken, folks. All right, here we go. The slave auction. It says auction sales. This is the state of Louisiana, parish of St. Charles, the 3rd Judicial District Court. All right. So they did this Saturday. And they talking about other stuff that they selling. They said they selling steam engines, Negro huts, improvements, implements of husbandry, which means farming, 39 mules, 10 carts, and 1 wagon, 25 plows. A lot of, I think that says barneys or barns, chains, axes, spades, hoes, cane knives, blacksmith shop, complete a lot of carpentry tools, etc., etc. Right. So this right here, this is the list of slaves, right? So here we go. It says also the slaves here after name. Hold on, what this over there? Attached to the pertaining to the said plantation. So yeah, this is the state of Louisiana. All right. Check my. Hey, family, it's ETM czar. They took my other account. Damn, for real. Hey, ETM, go to my YouTube to see the full screen. Go to my YouTube. It's right there. It says go to Naturalism of Yahweh and watch. It says live with Monty on YouTube. Go to Naturalism of Yahweh on YouTube to watch it. So just type my name on YouTube and I should pop up automatically because I am the only Naturalism of Yahweh on YouTube. So, all right, here we go. It says Volson, a Creole Negro, about 18 years old, a servant, right? And it says Randall, American Negro. What's the difference between a Creole Negro and a American Negro? What's a Creole? Some people say, oh, that's a French mixed with American Indian or mixed with African or a French mixed with an African. I even saw a person called Creole with no French blood at all. So what is Creole? We're going to find that out in the future because I already got the information. I don't want to give y'all too much information. All right. And then we got what's that name? Figaro.
Okay.
And that's not even an African name. It says Figaro, African Negro, about 65 years old, Cooper and carpenter. They're saying what he do. So we got Creole Negro, we got American Negro, and we got African Negro right here in a slave auction in Louisiana. What's the year? Do we got a year? Do we have a year? 1855. Right there. It's kind of smudged, but it says 1855. Saturday, the 27th day of 1855 at 10 o'clock a.m. It says the property, slaves, and etc. So we got Creole Negro, American Negro, and African Negro to show you there's a difference between all of them. So again, since you know that, what's up, EMT? I say EMT. What's up, ETM? But look, if we got Creole Negro, American Negro, and African Negro, what is a Negro? What's a Negro? Because I thought a Negro For what y'all told me a Negro means you African. And what Monty just brought out, he showed Negroes from Asia and East Asia. And we seeing a difference between the Creole Negro too. So what is a Negro? It must don't mean African. So what is it? Right? So we're gonna go to all the rest of it. It says down here, it says American Negro. It was more American Negroes than African Negroes. So let's look. We got Creole Negro. We got Davis, Creole Negro. Julian, Creole Mulatto. Creole Mulatto. I thought Creole mean mix. So what the hell is a Creole Mulatto? This is what they said, but somehow what people are saying in the modern times is not matching up with history. So what the hell is a mulatto and what the hell is a Creole? Right? So we on the topic of Indian business mixed with Tartarian business. You know what I'm saying? But we got Albert, American Negro. Isaac Emmy. I say Emmy. Isaac, American Negro. Zenon, American Negro. George Mathey, American Negro. Henry, American Negro. Jesse, American Negro. Tommy, Creole Negro. Baptist, Creole Negro. Joe, American Negro. Gene, Creole Negro. Jaquez, Creole Negro. Sam, American Negro. Shepherd, American Negro. Ralph, American Negro. We only got one African, but somehow we all Africans.
Yo, if we was African, they would have said African Negro, or they would have just said African. About 65 years old. They think that these people were slow. These people wasn't slow.
The problem is they think we're slow. They know these people already knew what they was, so you couldn't tell them who was African, who wasn't. They already knew what they was. You can't go back in the 1800s and say, oh, you're African. But I'm pretty sure they probably you down.
And their name seems to be like a Brit name. It looks, these are the names that we have today. These are the names that we have today. And these are our names. Jane, y'all be thinking, oh, that's a white girl name.
Nope.
Nope. Joseph, all of this, Moses, Sam, Peter, Jane, like all of that. That's our stuff that we've had for a long time, hundreds of years, thousands of years.
And they got for a while. They got y'all thinking that the English language isn't your language.
Yep.
Hey, ETM said, "What's up, Monty?"
Hey, what's up, ETM?
But they got y'all thinking the English language wasn't your language. They said, "Oh, their language was given to you." Dude, the majority of the English language is Indian words. Literally. They came here, if America was predominantly Indians, they ain't came over here just speaking their language and just say, hey, do this, and didn't have no way to communicate with us. These colonizers already knew our languages. That's why Christopher Columbus brought Arabic people over here. He brought what's that other one? Aramaic, Hebrewic, and various other interpreters to see what we were saying. And you didn't think they found out the language, what we were saying? Go look up Louis Agassiz. He gonna tell you what language we were speaking. And he gonna tell you a lot of these English words are Indian words. So yes, most of you people are speaking your native tongue, especially in the South. And we say majority of languages in the hip hop music, such as the term yo goes to Osio.
Yep.
Homie goes back to the word homa. Go to Okla, homa, my home, my people.
Mm-hmm. We got this. This is also our ancient, it's pretty old, believe it or not. When we say this,
Yo, we don't
that,
even say the, we say the.
yo, or mutter. You know how people down south, we say mutter. They be like, no, it's not mutter, it's mother. And I was like, it's not mother, it's mutter. That's my mother right there.
Oh, we say mother. Yeah, you see, you almost had a, he almost had a Caribbean accent for a second, but but hey, but we say mama, or moms, or big mama,
Yeah, my,
or
that's our
ma,
language too.
shawty. Come on, we out here, or we out here. We say a lot of our languages today, and y'all think they call our languages American culture, slang, but that slang is actually your language.
Yo,
And they try to make you feel bad for saying these slangs and say, oh, that's not proper. They made a proper word out of the Indian word, a different version of the Indian word called it proper. So they can say it better in their tongue, but you actually saying the same stuff you said long ago. It just sounds a tad bit different.
it's just a way to detaches.
Yep.
And they
So
want
y'all
us
need
to,
to get,
yeah.
say what, bro?
They want us to change everything about ourselves. They want us to be, oh, talk real low. They want you to talk real low. They don't want you to talk loud because they know that's how we talk, and it scares them. The way and the words we use, it scares them.
Like we say, I'll beat your, but sometimes we might be joking when we saying it. But the next person, another nation, be like, oh, shoot, he gonna whoop my ass, man.
Yo,
Nah, we were playing around. That's just how we talk. That's just how we use.
don't take offense to it either. Can't take offense to that. Oh yeah, and how we shorten words too, because we don't like to talk we don't like to like do all that extra stuff. We like stuff to be simple while we talking.
We say like a lot of words into, it seems like we say in a sentence, but we actually say in one word.
Yo.
Well, kind of, I don't know if y'all understand.
We kind of
Like the Jamaicans.
like, yeah, so slur just a little bit. We got a hard R, especially down south. We speak with our R's, and the Jamaicans do too. Like when we say anything like read, we say the R real strong.
Facts. So your people, y'all not detached from our culture. Like how our women be walking around here. Do I dare say it? Let's just say more revealing. Our women was doing that back in the day. They was doing it. In these pictures, our women was topless. Some of them had full on dresses on, but this is how our people was. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but we act the same way like our ancestors, people. The only time they try to give us a certain character of how we was during the 1960s, 1920s, when we was walking around suit and ties doing post reconstructing the mind,
We
trying to strip you of your identity.
we
That's
did
when
have,
you went to wearing suit and ties and dresses and all this other mess.
I believe we was wearing suits, and because I've seen
Yeah.
some pictures. We was wearing like silk garments that had very engraved, very detailed stitching in it. I think we was wearing both. We was wearing
Yeah, we
both.
was.
So in the hot climates, we would wear maybe like I know y'all ladies, y'all love them waist beads. And that's because guess what? Y'all was the ones doing it like a long time ago. Like in Asia, y'all was wearing waist beads and you had like this grass skirt. The grass skirt represented something. I'm gonna get into that later. And then you had the anklet, the gold things around your legs and the gold armbands around your arm. So in the hot climates, you would probably wear something like that. Where we was in the South, that's what we would wear. But when it got cold, we would wear silk garments, things to cover us, wool, fur, whatever we wore that.
Hey, and shout out Frederick Carter. He's one of my members on YouTube. Hey, shout out. I've been knowing him for a long time. He a good time friend. He's actually, I look at him like an uncle. But he's in their chat. If y'all see him, tell him what's up. Pay your respects. Because eventually he will be up here on YouTube speaking to y'all too. One of these days. So I'm just letting you know that's one of my members. He's my first member on here too. So peace of Frederick Carter. Peace Sarat. Okay, but yeah, like Monty said, we was doing both. Probably we was going around kind of topless, kind of. I ain't saying we was full on naked, but we had something when it was hot here. But when it got cold, I seen it. We had the dresses, we had the garments, we had pants, we had the chains, we had all that stuff. So we was doing it all. So don't get mad for how our women act and how our men act. Because we just doing what our ancestors did. That's just engraved in our culture. And that's not wrong to act the way we do, but it's wrong to do the immoral things, the taboo things, such as hurting your brother, lying to your brother, doing your woman wrong, things like that y'all know that it's taboo. But the people is trying to talk down on our character when reality, that's our culture. If you don't seem tough, how do our people react to you? You don't think our ancestors did that? We had women in those in our. I mean, I could bring the pictures up, but we had women in our armies. They wasn't just at home fighting. I believe they chose to stay at home if they chose to, if they wanted to. But the pictures I seen, especially in Virginia, our women was out there fighting. They had the spears and the swords and the shields mixed in a crowd with the men. So when you see our women bucking and acting crazy and talk about throw them rounds, don't get mad at them. That's the culture. But they trying to strip that culture from you, say it's the American thing. It's the American thing. It's the American way to act tough, prideful, angry. And we got people from California sound like they from the South. Trying to act like we I'm telling you, the West, I'm gonna be real. The East Indians, us, East American Indians, we the most popular. Anything past Texas, I mean Texas too. Hey, thank you, Chris. Chris just became a member today. Thank you, Chris. He became a level 1 member. Welcome, Chief. Welcome, Chief, level 1.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say this as well. If you haven't already become a member of my YouTube, please go on ahead. It will help me get access to different things, and you will also get access to certain perks as well. Yeah.
Bet. Yeah, so on Monty side, y'all do the same thing. That's how y'all show love. Become a member. I mean, y'all could buy. Hey, the cost of being a member is the same as buying a McDouble. Are you saying a McDouble is worth more than me right now? I mean, to my ops, it would be. To my ops, it would be. But you're telling me a McDouble, a large fry, a large Sprite is worth more than me? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's all I'm saying. That's crazy. But I ain't trying to make y'all go through a guilt trip. Hey, but look, we still tapping in. We still tapping in. I don't want to keep you up too long, Monty, because I know you say your back about your back and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna bombard everyone with so much info because we still got a part 4 and later on down the line.
And I'm
know what I'm saying?
Get a lot more prepared for part 4. Oh my gosh. Tarteria.
Oh yeah. You remember the woman that was on live with, I mean not live with us, that Zoom call that day? You was trying to show us that information?
Yes. I got the message.
She said she wanted to be in the next YouTube live.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna have 3 people next time on this live. You're gonna have to get with her though. and
Yeah,
let her know.
I got her. I got her.
Okay, let me and tell her get her information ready. She's gonna have to have all her screenshots and everything ready. But thank you for the thank you for the funds, Ciroc. Look, they going crazy over there. And TikTok sending me gifts too. So yeah, I appreciate that. That's much love, y'all. I appreciate that. So where is it? Where is it? I believe it's under proof that the Indians are black. So I'm gonna read this newspaper article to y'all. This right here is very. Hold on, let me make sure this is the right one. Cherokees. Tell me. Yep, I believe that's it. No, I don't think that's it. Bear with me, people. I'm trying to find this newspaper clip. Is it in labelism? No. So I think it's under Mughal Americans. Um, let's see. Let's keep going. American Negroes. Okay, yeah. We got it. I believe it's right here. I hope this is the one, because I don't want to read the wrong thing. Okay, I think that got to be the one. I'm just going back just to make sure everyone, because I don't want to make a mistake. Okay, cool. All right. This is the Gardner writes on need of a Negro nationalist. So I want y'all to pay attention to the wordplay and everything that's in here. Pay attention to everything that's in here. All right. Here we go. It says the Gardner writes on the need of a Negro nationalist. It says of all races in the great minority groups that make up these United States, the Negro is the only one that puts American first before his name and hypernated relationship to the land of his birth. Right? And it says, by that, no, this is not the one. Heck no, that's not the one. No, that is not the one. Where did I put this? Shoot. I gotta find this joy, man. It's cataclysm. It's not it either. I know I just clicked this one. It might be this one. America on the grand time. This is taking forever. I'm just trying to make sure I'm reading the right one because there's some information I'm not trying to disclose yet.
So that
I don't know what the hell this is. What's the size of various or two to 4 inches? You know what? You know what? We're gonna go back here and we're going to say African knowledge. I bet they like, hurry up, get the fuck on with it. Damn.
all star.
Hey, go ahead. It's not working. Hey, thank you for the gift, Chris, and thank you for the gift, Sarak. Next time you could get lucky. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Okay. All right, let's just go back to it. We're gonna go to the Tartarian thing then. Okay, just to cap on that. Until I could find that information on that. So we're gonna go, I believe here. Tartary or Tartar? Dang, stop doing that. Okay, the book we're going to is, did I get the name of this book? No, the freak. Yes, no, I didn't. Well, you get the book later on. This is talking about the Tarteria, right here. This is talking about Tarteria. I was trying to look for this particular newspaper clip that talked about the Negroes being American Indians, but it went in extreme depth, man. It was crazy. But I'm gonna have to spend my time looking for it and having it order next time for part 4. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, this book is dealing with Tartaria. And I swear to God, I had the title of this thing. I swear I had the title. Oh, I know where this book is from. Yeah, my bad. Let me show y'all the title of this book. Yes, sir. I know the title of this book. Now I know why I ain't took a screenshot of it. Because I already showed this book before. So this book is called, where are you? Where are you? Is it this? Yep, it's this. This book is called, on the side over there. I was reading from page to page. So y'all could download it yourself. I ain't got no problem with y'all getting this book anyway, so. If I can get to the freaking page already. Oh shoot, I'm seeing that yawning. This is the name of the book right here, y'all. America being the latest and most accurate description of the New World, containing the original of the inhabitants and the remarkable voyages thither, the conquests of the vast empires of Mexico and Peru and other large provinces and territories, with the several European plantations and those parts of yada 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 yada. All right, so we finna get on here to get to the meat of this. That was the name of the book, and this is my case on saying that the Native Americans is indeed of Tartaria. They invaded here. It says Tartary or Tart. It says Tartary or Tart. They say the same thing. Tartary, so called from the river or Tatar, which runs through the country of Mongol. If y'all don't know where Mongol is, let's bring up the other thing. This map right here. This is the land of Mongol, which is Tarteria. It is the east side of Tarteria. And these nations are literally called Scythia, or the Scythia, or the Scythians. All right. So that's who the Tartarians is. And this is again, I'll show y'all, this is a 12th century map, 1290. And you can clearly see America right there on the map, 1290. Okay. So bring that down. Now it says, into the northern ocean covers the great part of the territorial globe. And it says Lesser Tartaria makes out a considerable part of Europe. The greater is Asia. This great Tartary, which is thousands leagues long and 600 broad, reckons 5 chief provinces. And it says the wild Tartary inhabited by herdsmen. The wild Tartary, that's the Native Americans. And it says the Taya, whatever, of which the metropolis is Samarkand. And it says Samarkand. And it says the famous for the mighty Tamerlane next to that's the Turks, by the way. Let's skip all this other shit. But it says right here, it says the habitation of Gog and Magog. So they just gave you a breakdown of who are these people. So yes, these are Native Americans. Right here, these are Native Americans. These are their names. It's not no goddamn Navajo or Dene or none of these things. Those are things they just made up. But these are their real names. But the real true nation of them is called Gog and Magog. I'm not calling y'all Mongols no more. I'm calling you Gog or Magog.
Crazy.
Go ahead, bro. I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
Yep. Now, some of these words I'm going to butcher because some of these words are Italian. But we're going to start diving into the Israelites as well, because the Israelites got a big hand in this as well. Yo, Mongolia, Chris. Yep. But it says, hold on, let me see what TikTok's saying. Nothing. Okay. And it says, can't say that word, can't say that word, can't say that word. Pete Poteris and others are of opinion that the Tartars, which about the year 1228, same one on the map, under the command of Zingis Ham, that's the leader of Tartaria. Okay. So I'll be dealing with the Hamites, or a mixed breed of the Hamites and the Scythians, who are the Tartarians. Is that what we're dealing with? Okay. It says, overspread the earth like a deluge. So they said these Mongolians, these Magogs, these guys, these Native Americans took over the world. So you will see these people. I like doing different stuff as I'm reading, and y'all maybe like get on with it and stuff like that. Just want to read it. But that's not how I teach. Once something come in my mind, I got to go straight to it. So when you look at the Philippines, they said these people spread abroad. Oops. I'm not trying to do no source code. So when you look at the Philippines, who do you see? Philippines people. Except all. So when you look at the Philippines people, who do you see? Are they the original Philippines? Who are they?
It looks like it's a Native American.
It is the Native Americans. Shrimp fry.
Oh shit.
Hey, that's one. I forgot one dude. He got mad at me when I did that. I went on this panel and I kept saying, shrimp fry. You come buffet, you eat $1.
Oh no.
I said they want to keep calling me a wabo, so I'm gonna mess with them. I'm gonna keep doing me like that. So see, you got Gog in the Philippines. You got Gog in Malaysia. You got the Malay, same. They go Gog, Tartaris. You got Gog in Indonesia. Literally the same people. The same peoples. Okay. Let's see. Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea. Dang it. Okay. Papua New Guinea people. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I'll let you have that one.
I said that we look like, if anything, we would look like them.
Yeah. I'd say the closest people, the people we look most is the East Indies. The people of the East Indies, and that's it. What else? But like, yeah, that's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just how these people look. These people invaded everywhere. Like we got the Mongolians in Europe. I'm spelling it all wrong. I don't care. I'm spelling this all wrong because I know Google gonna do it right for me. But we got the Mongolians. I put a freaking 3 at the internet in Europe. Mongolian people in Europe, they came there. Know what I'm saying? Mongolian European mix. How do we have a Mongolian European mixed people? How? It's because they invaded. If y'all know the Genghis Khan, the Khan dynasty, which is the Ham dynasty, they literally took over the world just like the Roman Empire. Right? They literally took over the world just like the Roman Empire. And it says that the Tartars, which I already read that part, was Genghis Khan, overspread the earth like a deluge, were the successors of the 10 tribes of Israel. Okay? What you mean? How are they the successors of the 10 tribes? What do successors mean? Because when you say they are the successors of the 10 tribes, which were carried into captivity to Assyria by Salmanasar. So where's the true Assyria? Where's Assyria?
And who the French toast is Salmanasar?
You gotta read the Bible to know who that is. I think he's in the Apocrypha. But where's the true Assyria? People, it's not Syria because it sounds like it, but where is the true Assyria? Where is it? I mean, I just pulled it up in your face. We're talking about Genghis Ham. He carried the Israel. He are the successors of Israel, and he carried them off to Assyria, the 10 tribes. So where was the 10 tribes? The 10 tribes of Israel was carried captive into Tarteria. Tarteria was our enemies. I know people like to talk all great. I know people like to talk all great about the Tartarians and talk about, Shem, Cam, Ham, they the same thing. But I know people like to talk all great about the Tartarians. Hey, Muzzy, if you got to go, you can go if you want to, bro, because I'll just finish it off with all this.
Okay.
I'll just do my part. Just let me know before you do, though.
I'm about to go.
Okay, cool.
Peace. Peace to the chat. Peace to the live.
Peace, y'all. Peace, bro.
All right. Peace, brother. Natural.
All right. So basically, what I was going to say. He carried them off to Assyria. Genghis Khan, and they said by the Salamanzar. 700 BC was Tarteria. Tarteria always been until the 15th century, up to the 15th to the 16th century, because that's when they was really being destroyed, and they faced a cataclysm. And I can show you the impact of craters inside of Tartaria. That's why that whole land is desolate. Nobody ain't living there in Tartaria. The only remnants that's left of Tartaria is Russia, Mongolia, Siberia, like that. But East Tartaria is gone. Flat out gone. That's why they came to America. They invaded. They was fighting each other. But yes, the 10 tribes was carried off into Tartaria, which was inside, which Assyria was inside Tartaria. All right. And it says the name Tartary, and rather Tartaria, seems to be some testimony thereof, because its significance, because it signifies in the Syrian or Hebrew tongue the remnants or remainders, as similarly because these Tartarians were reminders of the forementioned tribes, say the northern Tartary herdsmen preserved to this day the names Dan, Zabulon, and Naphtali. But are those the Negroes, or are those the Native Americans? You put it together. Because it's the 10 tribes was carried away to Tartaria. And now they're calling Israelites, these certain tribes, Tartarians. They're just like a Pacific Islander being taken captive here. The generations down the line, now he became an American. That's how I look at that. Now it says wherefore we need to admire why so many Jews are found in Russia. Did I not tell you in the last slide that Russia invaded us? And Sarmatia and Livesland. Nay, in the nearer to Tartaria, the more Jews there are. And also you got to think about it too. Those are also Moors too. Remember, the Moors tried to escape persecution, and they ended up in Asia. All right. And the Christo Moors is the ones that started doing the captivity. All right. So here we go. We got the circumcision. This is going to depth about the Israelites. It says the circumcision hath a long time been observed among them before the Muhammad brought in his new law. It seems that the Muhammad ordered the circumcision and other laws according to Moses, and they trying to say that it's the Most High. And it says to be observed by the northern people, because that in this time they began to rebel, that so they might the better be kept in awe by their new religion. Again, we talking 12th century. Tartaria, King Salamanzar, King Genghis Khan. We talking about something that's so-called biblical, like Exodus or something, taking place in the 12th century. So how old if the Bible is allegedly true, when did this stuff really took place? It couldn't be that long ago. That people keep saying, oh, it's an old book. It happened thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years ago. Not according to this book. So if that's the case, how the hell we in some type of New Testament when the old is still taking place? Just say hypothetically, if the scriptures is true. Because we know there's a few errors and things there. We ain't going to act like it's full on true. You got to be a fool to say that the scriptures are 100% true, because it's not. But allegedly, let's just say if it is true, this thing took place way earlier than what we thought. I mean, way sooner than what we thought. Yep. We can't I am Isaiah, we can't go by their times no more. We can't do that. Because the more we do real research into these real books, instead of biblical books, real history books, instead of these books, we see things happen way sooner than what we thought. And not so far long ago. There's a lot of history that's not being taught, such as the Romans invading America, such as the Greeks invading America. That part is not talked about. They don't want nobody to know about that because they would destroy the lie of Columbus discovering America when they got a whole archive, books upon books upon books before Columbus even came here. So all they did was simply invade America again. That's all they did. That's all they did. All right, it says Jonas. I'm gonna butcher that name. I'm just gonna say Jonas relates that in Life's land near Riga, he heard the wild natives called Liddy, not without great and what I say admiration, go crying along the highways and fields with a doubtful voice, Jeru, Jeru, Moscow. Oh, they're basically saying Jerusalem. We're still talking about Tarteria. We're still talking about the northern kingdom inside Tarteria. It is believed that they mourn for Jerusalem and Damascus. So I'm speaking about something that happened in the 12th century. This is during the time of the Ottoman Empire, the time of the Golian invasion, the time of Rome and all this other BS. Still at the end of it. Then we got a couple of hundred years, boom, Atlantic slave trade. Then you just seen Monty talked about the Negroes inside of Asia. Not saying that all these Negroes was Israelites. I'm not saying that. But I'm just showing you a bit of ancient history like, hey, this took place and this what happened. They don't say shit about it. So when you think about the Native Americans and you want to figure out why do the Native Americans despise us so much, could it be an ancient history that they're not talking about? Because they more racist than the alleged white man. What I deal with on a day-to-day basis on TikTok, thank you for the gift, Chris. When I deal with on a day-to-day basis on TikTok, it be racism from Native Americans, not white people. I'm so serious. Mexicans and Native Americans. And we know they all had the majority of the same bloodline. So I'm starting to see why. Could it be an ancient hate that they're not trying to speak about, that they know about, but they're not trying to cover? All right. But it says, but by their long countenance and the vast wilderness, they have forgot their religion and laws. And what else might enable to tell us where they were? So these people forgot who they was. Facts. They wish they was us. Some stayed, some went home, some continued on. Maybe these guys stayed. Probably so. And it says several learned authors question this removal of the Israelites out of Assyria to Tartary. But what part of Tartary? And it says, though, to our judgment, their arguments are too weak and to take from them of the footing they have gotten there. Yet, nevertheless, the Israelites are not to be taken for the planters of America. For why else is not this, what they say, Judaism is well found in America as in Tartary? Why is that? Yes, we know. Yes, I am connecting this to the Israelites. I found this interesting. American Indians, Israelites, then we know for a fact some of our people was in Asia. Then we start talking about Tarteria, and people keep praising Tarteria as if it's a good thing, but you don't know much the monstrosities that Tarteria has done to us as a people, what the Russians have done to us as a people, what the natives have done to us, Siberians and all have done to us as a people. That part of history has been completely washed and disappeared. But now we're bringing it back to the surface because us as a nation got to remember these things that was done to us in ancient times. I'm talking about 700-800 years ago. We got to remember what was done to us before 1619. Because once you do, everything will start making a sense. Everything will start making sense. It's more than just, oh, I've been classified as a Negro. Oh, it's more than I'm an Indian and they're Mongolians. It's more than that. It's so much deeper than that, y'all, that y'all just don't understand. And that's why I be like on TikTok, I let them people say this and that. They just now getting on the milk. It's good. Let them shoot their shot. Let them do what they do. Let them spit their game. Let them speak let this information be repetitive because we got new people coming in. I don't want to keep teaching the same stuff. I got to keep going. I leave that for the people that's coming into this knowledge, so they can get to where I'm at and I'm gonna be somewhere else. I mean, it's the honest truth. I've always been like this all my life. Well, my turning of life. All right. So, like I said, it's deeper than that. I told my people, please research before 1619, see what your people was doing, see who the Native Americans was, see who the Africans was, see what really happened. Because once you do, you ain't gonna know what to say at this point. You're just gonna be like, damn, they don't know. They still don't know. But here we go. It says, but it is already shown that America was inhabited long before the dispersion of the Israelites. Basically, before the 10th tribe came over here. But these people already went over here. They was taken out of from over here, and our people conquered. I'm gonna tell you something. If y'all know something about Presta John, King Presta John, the Amaru Khan of America, one of the last recorded Davidic kings, sons of Solomon. He ruled Asia and he ruled America. He ruled the two Ethiopias. If y'all know a little something about him, I encourage y'all to go to 432 drop to understand who Presta John is, who is the king of America, who escaped past the ice wall, which it wasn't even an ice wall during the time when he left. He went to distant lands to escape what was going on here. Nobody could never find this man again. Christopher Columbus brought him up. We're looking for the king of gold. Everybody keep talking about Mansa Musa. It's not Mansa Musa. It's Presta John, Amaru Khan, the Amaru king. The last son of David that was recorded, but he is not the last son because Presta John had many sons, just like Solomon. He had 300 wives, more than that, probably. All right. What is this? And it says language and persons, not Africans, because that in all far spreading countries of America, not one Negro is to be found. Not one Negro is to be found. They talk about the African. During this time, they said not one Negro is to be found. Was we called Negroes when they got here? When they arrived in America, did they call us Negroes? Yes or no? They did not say Negro, because during the time of 14th century and the 15th century, who was the slur? Who was the slur? The slur, the Negro slur. Who was that? It was the African. Later on, they start calling us Negroes, but when they came here, what they said copper colored. copper colored. Because when we expand on the term Negro in the 14th century, Monty just showed you people in Asia being called Negro, people in Africa being called Negro, people in the Pacific Islands being called Negro, people in America being called Negro. But when they first got here, they did not say Negro. I can show you what they said. I can show you what Christopher Columbus said. They said dingy, dingent, dusty. Their hair is long and straight. Then when you look at those people of Cubano, Haiti, Jamaica, the Bermuda, the Caribbeans, when you look at all those people, you see all these people had locks. You see all these people was dusty, dingy. What is dusty, dingy? When you go to the etymology dictionary, you learn that dusty and dingy were Negroes. He called them by colors. He didn't say Negro. He said the exact complexion of what they was. Go look at the definition of dusty and dingy. You're going to see. It's going to say dusty or dingy like a Negro. All right? But the people that was called Negro during those times was African. Because that's who they was enslaving at that time. But when they came to us, they said something completely different. But you got some books where they said, we found the Negroes in Rio Negra. Or Rio Grande, whatever it's called, Grenada. And it says, not one Negro is found here except a few near the river of Martha. And it says in a little territory, called Corequa, something like that, which must by storm be drove. See, here's the conjecture. They said, oh, they must have came here from Guinea. But there's a Guinea in South America, a Ghana coast in South America. They must have came here in droves from Guinea. No, these are the original people. But again, this book right here is I believe a late 16th century book. I think I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. But it says so that Asia. Hold on, let me make sure. Shoot. I cannot read that. I don't know if those are letters. I don't know if those are numbers. I think this is a 16th century book. But this might be 17th century. This might be a 17th century book. I'm gonna have to go find out. And if y'all can, find out for me what century this book came out. Cause I thought I had it in the front of this book. Cause that could be the reasons why they said what they said. Because a lot of them was already indoctrinated by a certain time. Let's go. And it says, so that Asia, the mother of all people, only remains to be implanter of our America, who western coast opposite of Asia is more inhabited than to the east, where it respects Europe. So what they saying? What did Monty brought out about the Negroes, Negro type people in Asia? But again, this was a theory. They didn't say, oh, it was, but it's going to go to tell you how these people got here. It says more of the Armenian out of which by Noah's progeny that the whole earth was repopulated, borders on Scythia, now called Tartary. The Tartary faces America, separated only by the Straits of Annan. This is what he's talking about. Oh shit, I thought I had the map. I don't got the map up. This is what he's talking about right here. You talk about this area. I think so. Yeah, about this area separated from the Straits of Annan. There it is right there. There's no such thing as no Bering Strait. It was called the Straits of Annan, which was a land of giants as well. Right there. See, 1290. See America over there. I like saying that. That's the reason I love that map. Because they got America on the map in the 12th century, which contradicts Christopher Columbus' so-called discovering here. But it says, though some are of opinion that out of the south into the frozen sea, so we're talking about after cataclysm, there is no passage through these straits. Through these straits else, as we have already proved the contrary. It says, how came all these voracious and poisonous beasts into America? So they call these people beasts. If it was clearly separated from Asia by sea. Well, this is how they got here, people. The Native Americans invaded, for one. Because they said we're trying to figure it out. In another book, they already talk about them being invading America. But when you look up this map, I brought this out in the last live. The Urbano map. I need to go ahead and save this map. I need to quit doing this. When you look up this map, right, and you zoom in on it, you're going to find this little thing that's very interesting. You're going to find a certain type of ship that was coming here in America. Oh, it says poisonous beasts. Okay, thank you. He was talking about the Native Americans, though. He was talking about the natives, though. Like I said, I only disrespect them because they disrespect the hell out of me. I only disrespect people that disrespect me. But when you look right here at the region of Anian, all right, and you see the big bees, and you see the griffins and all that stuff, and you see the giants and all that stuff in their land. They had some crazy things back in those times. What they call cryptics. Oh yeah, and the unicorn, they was there too. They did exist. There's fossils of it in Scotland. When you look at this, right, who do you see leaving Mongolia? What type of ships are those, y'all? You tell me. I'm gonna wait for the chat. Tell me, chat. What type of ships are those? If you're on TikTok, you got to be on YouTube to see what I'm talking about. Hold on, y'all. I was looking at the seeing what TikTok said. But yeah, tell me what it says. I'm just waiting on the chat. I know there's a little delay. What type of ships are those? Is that what the Portuguese and Spaniard ships look like? YouTube chat, tell me what type of ships are those? Just say your name. Is those Chinese ships, Mongolian ships, European ships? Is those Tartarian ships, Spaniard ships, African ships? What kind of boats are those? What you think it is? All right. These have cars. Somebody said China ships. Chris said China ships. China. Oh, you looking at the name, huh? You over here looking at the name. Low key look like a Viking ship. Somebody already called it. It's a China. It's Chinese. So when you look at these ships, right? I'm gonna bring it up. When you look at the ships, nope, it wasn't that one. It was, those are Chinese ships. Ships from Asia. They, guess what? Here's the funny thing. Tell me why China still got their ships from the 12th century. Why do China still got their ships from the 12th century? Right? Hold on, I gotta get my charger real quick. Okay. Hold on. Oh shit. Headphones. Yep. But yeah, tell me why China still got their old ships. They got some ships from the 12th century and 13th century and just kept them up. They just kept them up, right? So where the hell is the slave? Yeah, somebody already beat me to it. Where is the slave ships? How China still got their old ships? That's like 500, 600, 700 years old, but we don't got not one slave ship. Y'all just go to a certain part in the ocean and be like, oh, this little piece of board right here, it's a slave ship. They gotta be from a slave ship. Meanwhile, China got the whole damn thing right here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, but that was the Asian, that was the Mongolian Chinese boats, right? That's how they look. They look like something like that. No. Yeah, they look, the one right here at the bottom right. Something like that. Um they look something like that too. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I told you this live was gonna be good. I told you this live was gonna be good. I'm sad that Monte had to leave early because he misses some stuff, and I know his followers missing it. I hope they over here trying to check it out. But yeah, it's crazy, dog. It's crazy. So when you go back and look at these boats, where are these boats headed? Where are these boats headed? There go one. Where's these Chinese boats headed? Now that right there, you already know who that is. But they're going. Hold up, the wind is pushing them, so they going. This boat is heading to China. This boat is heading towards China's way or the Pacific Islands, and they heading this way, right? So where are these people headed? And you already know who this is. You already know. You see the cross. Yep, they head into America, but where are these people located though? Whenever we talk about the Native Americans Asiatic type people, they always bring up the west coast of America. These people are heading to California, Mexico, and South America. That's where they headed. And you still see they ships. There was another one. You know which one is the colonizers, because they colonizers is shaped a certain way, and they have symbols on theirs, and they come in big fleets. But the Chinese ships are these. Boom. Going to California. Where they at? No, that's not them. That's not them right there. Boom. All right. And there go all these Portuguese. You see all these Portuguese? There go a Chinese ship again. There go another one. So they was getting on down. They was getting on down. That's an Indian. That's the Indians right there. That's a rowboat. So they was getting on down, bro. There go the Chinese boats again. There go one right there. I told you they came to South America. We had giants. The Portuguese, Spaniards again. Crosses. There go one. These giant creatures. And let y'all know, these things are not for decorations. These are not for decorations. That's not a decoration. These creatures existed. They existed. Don't think for 1 second they didn't exist, because yes, they did. When these colonizers said they seen some shit out there, yes, they did. They are not fucking playing. But I want to show you something interesting. Where is it? Where are you? Because I know y'all did. There go the giants again. Boom, there y'all. Hold up. Nope. Damn, where is the part where did y'all even go past the ice ring? Oh yeah. By the way, y'all, yeah, this is the alleged ice ring. This is 1587. Yes, in the year 1587, there was no ice. Even in Antarctica, there was no ice. But they keep talking about, the ice age was 10,000 years ago. It was 16,000 years ago. It was 20,000 years ago. But when you look on this 15th century map, there's no ice. Not even in Greenland, there's no ice. So how did the ice get here? And how did you natives really get here? Because they keep on bringing up this stupid story about this Bering Strait when there was no ice in the 15th century. So I told y'all, the Native Americans, they invaded. There go they ships. They came to South America, North America, Mexico. But they did not get, they tried to get over here on the east, on the East Coast, but they failed. You see these boats up here, they was up here, they knew they sailed to Antarctica. They know what was up here. They turned it into ice. Exactly. I don't know what type of device they had. I know they had advanced technologies back then. Super advanced technologies. Don't think for 1 second it was just horses and carriages and swords and shields and batons and things like that. They had advanced technology back then. They had lights. They had infrastructures. Like I could show you for one, for example. Check this out. This is how I know that there was advanced technology back then. And Tarteria copied these people, by the way. Here it is. Now look at this, y'all. Take a good look at it. Yes, sir. Take a good look at this. Okay. Once you get an understanding of what y'all seeing, let me know what y'all see. What do you notice? What do you notice about this hieroglyph? Y'all know this is y'all ancient technology, my melanated brothers and sisters. This was your ancient technology. Tell me what this is. You said Egypt came from robots. Hey, I don't even think Egypt existed. I'm just be real. Because I found a map, I found a whole bunch of maps where Egypt was even on there, nor Jerusalem in the area where they say Jerusalem was at. I think Egypt was just some made up empire. I ain't even gonna lie. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. They saying on cockpits, automobiles. You're close. You're close. When you say automobile, you're close. You're very close. I'm gonna show you what it is. Yeah, it's a vehicle. But what type of vehicle? Y'all seen the vehicle before. Yep, Egypt could be anywhere. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. Y'all took a good look at it. It looked like they sitting in a circle, right? This is what it was. It was the single wheel scooter. Man in Black. Oh, shoot. Chris got it. Because that's where you seen it. You seen it in the Man in Black. That's why I said y'all seen it from somewhere. These people took your devices and they scrapped them. And that was ran off ether energy. Ether energy. Yeah, it was in Tarteria too. They like to call it Tarteria, the inventions. It was way before Tartaria. This thing been in America, my people. If I just showed you what this was, that was in America. That was in Africa. Our people was getting on down, my people. I told you it wasn't no horses and wagons. They had the GUN, they had swords, they had all this stuff. They had computers, they had cell phones. We dealing with old technology, people. Facts. They took that, they scrapped that, and they turned it into two wheels. And I'm pretty sure we had two wheels. I'm pretty sure we had three wheels. We had things like that made out of stone that was moving around off ether energy. But you know, the elites, they got the patents to all these ancient technologies. They know how to make all these ancient technologies. Do you know what we could be doing right now? Do you know how our life could be right now if they just left us alone to our own devices and technologies and things? Do you know how to let's just say colonizing did happen? They just be like, no, we're not gonna re-scrap everything. We ain't gonna start all over for capital gain. We're just gonna leave all the technologies alone. Do you know where we would have been right now? Dude, I would have been in freaking Mexico chilling in my flying car or some mess. I would have been flying somewhere else by now. I would not been doing this live. I would have been somewhere. Know what I'm saying? If they just would have left energy alone, energy would have been free. We would have been flying endlessly without filling up anything because the energy was around us. So I'm here to destroy that Tartarian mindset. Oh, Tartaria was great. It had all the inventions. They lived in an advanced world. These were smart, intelligent people. No, they was not. They took our stuff and and put us in captivity and some more stuff. But guess what? Check this out. I don't even think y'all can hear that. Y'all can't hear it, can you? Hello, no. Y'all can't hear that. This is what I'm gonna have to do. I know exactly what I gotta do, so y'all can hear it. Shoot, where is it? Oh, what the heck? Oh, it's still downloading. Hurry up and finish downloading. Yeah, it some reason Telegram won't play the videos with the sound, so I gotta wait for this crap to download. Why it's downloading so slow? I got super fast internet. I don't know why it's downloading so slow. Oh, I'm gonna wait while that's downloading. We're gonna move on. Then I'm gonna play it for y'all. Some of you probably already watched that video, but there's a reason why I'm bringing out that video. I know I'm all over the place, but you gotta bear with me because the thing I'm showing you is the same thing that destroyed Tarteria. Case almost done. There we go. Come on, refresh. Process. Where you at? Where the video I just saved? Did I save it in pictures? I know dang well I just saved this video. Where is the freaking video? I saved it in. Oh, okay, that's where I saved it. Boop, 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 boop. Do, 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 do. Okay, what was the name of that video? It was called Video. So scroll all the way to the bottom. There we go. So scroll all the way to the bottom. Oh wow, it's still not playing. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. So now I got to take it a step fucking further. I got to take it a step further. Dang. Why y'all doing me like this? Except all. One more shot. One more time. One more time. If this don't work, then forget it. Naturalism Yahweh. My page. Make sure you subscribe to the page, y'all. Music on this. Like separately. It is still not playing. I wonder why. It's still. Heck no, it's still not playing. Go to my Zoom. Hold on. I gotta go to my Zoom. Hold on. I gotta see what the freak going on. Universal. Hey y'all, mic check. Y'all can still hear me? You can still hear me? Okay, I'm gonna try to play it again. Universal. Hey y'all, mic check. Y'all can still hear me? You can still hear me? Okay, I'm gonna try to play it again. Y'all gonna hear free feedback, so hold on. Oh shit. I'm supposed to be sharing the screen. Nope. Y'all gonna hear free feedback, so hold on. Nah, y'all not gonna be able to hear it. I don't know what the freak going on. I don't know why I ain't gonna play no audio, so I'm gonna have to tweak that up a bit. I don't know why it's not gonna let me play it. But basically, that video, I'll just show it live time then. In that video, I was talking about the shit, let me share my screen. Screen share, sorry. And in that video, I was talking about the destruction of what's going to take place. So basically, this is what had happened, right? Turn this all down. Yep. So this is what happened. So we're going to go to Cataclysm, and we're going to look at this real quick. So this is spotted in South Dakota. I can hear it. Y'all heard it? How come I couldn't hear it? I couldn't hear the audio for some reason. But this is what had happened in New York a couple of days ago. This is what happened. We had the destroyers in the sky. This is one of them. And this was the eclipse of what took place. All of it in New York, Ohio, Kentucky area. This is what destroyed Tarteria. This is the cataclysm. It was floods. It was heat. It was what they call it meteorites and all that. If you say you could hear it, I might as well play it. You say you heard it, so I'll play it again. But let me know if y'all can hear it. Just let me know if y'all can hear it or not. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Shit, y'all can't hear it? Okay. Well, shoot. Let's leave that alone. Let's continue then. Let's continue. My bad. It's a bit of delay, so I gotta wait. I gotta wait on it. But yeah, I'll just show you the same things I had in the video. But yeah, this thing, that's what was going on. Some of you may know, some of you don't know. TikTok, they took down my video on this. They basically stopped it. I had reached like 1 million views on Facebook. Facebook kept it. I literally reached 1 million views on Facebook showing that video. But some reason TikTok took it down. TikTok took it down. But it's cool. But yeah, we got Nibiru, we got the Blue Kachina. Blue Kachina was already cited. It wasn't popping up today because the Blue Kachina is nothing but the warning. But we had the Red Kachina, Nemesis. Nemesis is the pink one, y'all will see. There's the Red Kachina. And the other one is right behind it. Y'all can see it's right behind it on this one, Red Kachina, and I don't know what that other one is. There it is again. Like I said, all these pictures was taken the same day. There it is right there. Nemesis right above it. All right. Let's see. Keep going. There it is again. Boom. What's that mark that's in it? Everybody kept trying to figure out why is the sun doing that? It's looking like freaking Saturn out there. But you go up to this one. Same one. And there go Nemesis. This is Nemesis right here. It's the pink one. Everybody was taking pictures of this thing. They were seeing different suns the same day. Different suns the same day. And there it is right above it to show you, no, it's not the same object. No, two different objects. All right. Two different objects. These are the things when I say destroyers, these are the destroyers. All right. And there go eclipsing. Showing there's multiple objects. All right. So I like this one. I ain't gonna lie, I like that one. It looked like that Japanese red. Y'all know that Japanese red sun that we always see? Dawn of the Dead. Facts. Sun was orange today. So that means it's still here. Man, I feel bad for New York. New York, anything on the coastline, I feel bad because I know that's where most of the shit gonna pop off. It's on that coastline. They always talk about the coastlines for some reason, but New York, man, they keep fucking with New York, bro. I see something happening to New York. It's too many predictions. It's too many prophecies. It's too many warnings about New York. The eclipse. Yeah, heck yeah, they going through it. They might get and y'all know that iron oxide they seen that was I believe they had a solar storm that day too. They said I think did some people lose their life that day? Did some people lose their life that day? I don't know. If y'all want to see the screen bigger from TikTok, y'all gotta know what I'm saying. Y'all gotta go to my YouTube. But that's crazy. It's no joke. Look how red that joint is. And that's when it all combined. The sun was bigger than usual, way bigger than usual, like off some movies, like off some movie shit, man. Woo, I'm telling you, I feel bad for what's fit to happen. Cause I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. And that's it behind the sun. I mean, not behind the sun, behind the clouds. They about to start perk. I'm not gonna say that word on the East Coast. I think anything that's on the coastlines is bad. Any city on the coastlines is bad. I believe anything inland. What we gonna face? Anybody that's central, that's kind of central from Mississippi to Tennessee. What we gonna face? We're gonna face floods and major earthquakes. Look at the earthquake of 1812. The great earthquake. The great earthquake. Oh, the great earthquake of 1811. The great earthquake of 1811. Yo, that's what we going to get. That joint, Muncie already brought out the information on this. You'll have to go watch the other live before this one where we talked about it. Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia, Chicago, all these people, that's what we getting. We getting this major earthquake that can cause liquefaction, that can cause the soil to sink like the same way in Tartaria. That's what the hell we getting. You already know our grounds is weak. We're gonna have a whole bunch of deep what's them things called with the ground and cave in on itself, deep holes, sinkholes. We're gonna have a lot of sinkholes. We're gonna have all that shit. That's what's popping off. That's coming back. Seriously. That's where the target is gonna be. That's where the target is gonna be. Right there above Arkansas. It's like dead in the center. Kinda, almost. Yep. And you see the hurricanes are not really forming on the coast of Africa no more. They forming on the coast of Louisiana now. You can't tell me cataclysm is fit to happen. Nobody can't convince me that cataclysm ain't fit to happen. You can't convince me that it's not gonna happen. It's fit to happen, y'all. And our people just doing what they want to do, y'all. That's what I'm saying, man. There's people lost in the sauce today. And when this stuff occurred, they're gonna be going crazy, talking about what we're gonna do? What about the children? What we're gonna do? What about food? Dude, you need to worry about your life first before you worry about food. Because our ancestors, they literally ate leaves from the trees too. Your food don't have to taste good. It really don't. But yeah, I already read that. No, we could save that one for another time. I want to get to okay. Cynthia, the king of Tartary in the year 12. Where the part when he invaded America. Let's make up the number 5 America. What number would? I don't have to read. I'm gonna say that part for another one. But there's one I do got to touch base on. Right here. It does talk about cheekbones. Okay. It says it would be worth our time to compare the likeness between the Scythians and the North Americans. Both of them are different with special marks of more than ordinary and natural difference. And it says between the eyes, which much alters the whole air of the face. And it says, and the plumpness and swelling of their cheeks submits above the cheekbone. Most of these are of a middle stature, having a downy hair upon their chin, like the shallow feathers of an unflicked bird. It says, lastly, as the Tartars, they differ amongst themselves in their customs, yet in several things they agree on with another. So what I'm breaking down right now, y'all, is proving that the Native Americans are Tartarians, whom are the Mongols. They invaded America. When I just showed you those ships, and I showed you that their names was Magog and Gog, which goes back to the word Tarts and Turks and all of that. I'm proving to y'all that the Native Americans are the Mongol Tartars that invaded America on ships. And they also crossed over through the Straits of Annan. Okay? Now, they did a comparison between the Americans and the Tartarians. It says, yes, they differ in some of their cultures, yet in several cultures, they are the same. If y'all originally from here, Native Americans, why y'all got the same culture as the Tartarians? Right? Yet in several things they agree with one another, according as they govern by others, and yet other princes, some powerful and some weaker, according as every one power be more or less. The inhabitants of the Lukeha bear. I could say Lukeja or Lukeha. I don't know if that's Spanish or not. And it says, bear so great a respect and stand so much in awe of their government that if commanded to leap from a rock and break their necks, they instantly obey. So they said they really obey their leaders, right? And it says the same is observed by the Tartars. The first king, the Khan, what's that say? Gusta. The Khan Gusta commanded the seven princes of this realm to unalive their sons with their own hands, in which they all readily performed. Make sure I'm not blocked on TikTok. Not the original one. Sorry. Your screen is small. Yeah, I know it's small because I told y'all to go to YouTube. So go to my YouTube. If y'all want to see this live, big screen on TikTok, go to my YouTube, y'all. That's the whole reason I got a small screen for y'all on TikTok. But it says in it says the Papena, they live to this day like some Tartars. The Papena, I wonder what Native American tribe that is. It says the Papena live to this day like some Tartars, without laws or lawgivers. So basically, they saying that the natives are lawless. They lawless. And if you look at the reservations today, isn't cleanliness a law? Is it cleanliness the law? So the way the reservations look today, is it the government fault or is it the community fault? Because the government's not going there dumping trash and all this stuff everywhere and making your houses the way it is. The government's not doing it. That's a community problem. So when you live with no law and you do as you please, uncleanliness happens. Things that's unsanitary happens. So he comparing the Tartars, who are unsanitary people, lawless people. You see what I'm saying? Do you get the understanding? So it says, who changed their places by turns? From the great increase of the Tartars and the Americans, no way different. Right? So cleanliness, that nobody else is not right, Chris. Cleanliness is by their own people. Right? It says on the reservations. On the reservations. Yeah, let's go. It says the Bartholomeus de las Casas, right to Charles V, the Spaniard in few years, only on the Isles of Cuba, Hispaniola, Naca, Honduras, and Venezuela, and New Spain, destroyed above 2,600,000. They destroyed about damn. But it says we know who those people was, and it wasn't natives. If they was talking about those islands, y'all know who those people was. God damn. And it says men besides the unaliving that was made in Peru, Brazil, and Rio de la Plata, and other places which far exceed the far mentioned numbers. They did a huge number. God damn. That's how you know they weren't original. No laws inherited. Yep. Wasn't inherited. Now check this out. It says polygamy is still in use both among the Tartars and Americans. Now, I ain't gonna lie, our people, they try to do their polygamous stuff. You look at the black community, they really try hard to do this polygamous stuff. And I swear, I ain't even gonna talk about it. I'm not even gonna talk about it because I ain't trying to shoot people away. But our community, you know, You know how the men is. Our community know how the men is. So I ain't gonna go in deep into it because I don't want to ruffle some feathers. But it says the Tartars and Americans both acknowledge the immortality, my bad, immortality of the soul, both like the cannibals, eating and sacrificing man's flesh. And it says how famous amongst the ancients was the altar of Diana of Tarsi. What's that say? Taurica. Hold on, y'all. All right. My son came in here. So they was calling them cannibals and stuff. But if I show y'all some stuff, they might be doing a mixture of the West and the East with this because some of the stuff that they're talking about is part of our culture too. Not the cannibal thing, but there was some wicked people amongst us that did some real taboo things. And like I'm gonna show you this picture. I'm gonna show you this picture real quick. Gotta go to this book. Oh yeah. This is from our old book. These are Portuguese drawings. These are Portuguese drawings. This is what they seen in America. This is from an old Portuguese book, which I'm going to bring out on my next live. But I just wanted to show you like a couple of pictures. This is old pictures from Portuguese from the 1500s. Literally the 1500s. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. King Montemuse had multiple wives in polygamy. Yep, that's facts. That's why I said, man, it doesn't matter how our people take it. Like our people did do those traditions, Commando Spawn. So look at that. Y'all see? Those are real photos. They can't argue with the photos, y'all. And those are the Mongolians they saw. They saw them. They was there. They was there. No cap. They was there. But we was here too. You see? These are real authentic drawings from an old book from old Portuguese colonizers. I'll show you one more because I don't want to show too much. Do you see the pine trees? All right. So yeah, y'all could get your screenshot. Some of y'all probably did got a screenshot, but on my next live, I'm gonna bring out the full book so y'all can know what I'm saying. So y'all can know. Hey, y'all can't argue with this shit. You can't argue with this shit, no matter how much you want to argue against it. So I'm gonna go to this. I'm gonna go to this book. Is this it? I think it is. No, that's not it. I gotta find this book. We did it on the last live. And shout out again to Opium for sending me this book. Is this it? Yeah, here it is. Just to show you that our people was doing some pretty crazy things. There it is right there. I'm not saying the things our ancestors did was good, but if you look at this, what do you see? You see that? You see an arm and a leg and all that stuff on a steak, and they're cooking it like they're gonna eat it. They said they practice this stuff for ceremonial reasons, and we know our ancestors did it because if you look at what happened in Haiti, yeah, So no matter when say, no, our ancestors was doing that. Yes, they was. They was doing some sick stuff. I ain't gonna lie on it. Things that I consider taboo today. And just because my ancestors did it doesn't mean it was a good thing. But here go more right here. So when I was talking about the cannibalism and stuff, don't skip past that on your own research. Because look, you see the guy, he back there eating an arm and they're pulling people apart. It might be a warring tribe, but it really did happen. It really did happen for real. And no matter I wanna say I don't believe it, I don't want to believe it, but I'm seeing too much information on it. I can't just say no, this part of the book is a lie and this part of the book is true. I'm gonna have to take the whole thing, okay? I'm gonna have to take the whole thing, man. But that type of stuff did happen. I guess for ceremonial reasons, I guess. But it was some nasty, filthy stuff, man. All right, but the polygamy thing, yeah, they did do it. Master Musa, for the brother he said down there, yes, they had that too. Now it says most of the Tartars use. Hold on, make sure this is something. Tartars for rude people in their religion. Okay, it says most of the Tartars used no manner of letters or characters. And the voyage made into the Persia, they first learned to make letters, just so as it is. I mean, just so it is in America. When they say letters, they talking about their stuff, not our stuff. So we had this stuff. We had pictograph. Yeah, I think we had pictograms. We had pictograms when we did our stuff. Yeah, we did pictograms. No, we didn't do letters. Even though the pictograms was our letters, it was our characters. They just didn't consider it as characters. Know what I'm saying? But we use pictograms. And it says, just so it is in America, their boomoning of the dead ends in one mooneth, which means 1 month, which means one moon. But both by the Tartars and Americans, with the persons of quality, the Tartars bury a live servant. The same custom is observed by some in the Americas. Okay, and so much do they agree in a savage and rude life. The merchandising and what's that say? Mechanics are little regarded. And it says what's that say? The ASUN, and it says the ASUN, the American, acknowledged the Tartars for a rude people in their religion, habits, and dwelling, showing that the Tartarians and Native Americans are rude. But they do on TikTok, we see it all the time. They rude in their religion and their dwellings. And yet in all these, the Americans differ but by little. And it says, lastly, how common is it amongst them to worship the devil? And it says, along the river of, okay, say that, the inhabitants are every new moon miserably tormented by, do I got that? By an evil spirit called Tanto. I don't know who that is. But I think they go with the Yahwist religion because they celebrate the Most High every new moon. You know what I'm saying? But I think now I'm gonna actually cut that off right there. I'm gonna cut it off right there because it is getting late. It's getting real late, and I don't want to bore people with all this. Probably already bored out their mind now. But so far y'all seen everything. Oh yeah, here's an old coin with the flat Earth on it. But this lesson, man, it been great. I loved it. So far for the Tartarian part 3 is good. Like I said, I wish Monty could have been here longer to talk about this a little more. But this stuff is true. All this stuff is true. And by the way, these are the Saracens picking cotton. I found pictures of the Saracens. There they is right there. So they always talk about the Negro picking cotton. When you look up the Saracens, these are old photos from the 18th century. They was picking cotton and stuff too. I'm talking about everybody. Every nation under the sun was a servant. I don't care who you was, because these people, the reason they did slavery was for repopulation reasons, for one. Because y'all heard about the slave breeding and all that other crap. Y'all need to realize they came out of a cataclysm. They had to make new humans, incubation babies. I told y'all about that. They like to call it the Tarteria incubation. Orphans, and all these things. Like I said, a depopulation had happened. A cataclysm had happened. And if y'all look up what had happened and see why was children working in factories. Come on now. A cataclysm had happened. Slavery took place. Why did it take place? Populations reasons. Control reasons. A reset reason. So let's just say we have this reset. Do y'all think slavery going to happen again? I want y'all to think about it. After this reset that's going to happen, because a lot of people is going to lose their lives, I'm sorry to say. For the people that remains, do you think slavery is going to happen again? For population reasons. Because they want people to be in order. They want people to till the ground, get food, make this clothing. And the only way to get people to do what you say after they just step into a reality of, okay, everything's destroyed. I'm free. I can do what I want. I don't have to do anything. But the world is saying, hey, we need to get everything back and running. We need to get this clothes. We need to get this food. We need to come together as a community. And if people don't want to do that, what you think is going to happen? So I've been seeing why this stuff has happened. I'm not ignorant of this stuff no more. Y'all can't come at me with fucking feelings and stuff and say, oh, slavery was bad. All this stuff happening. All this emotional term. Yes, evil things happened during the time. But that's why certain stuff was outlawed, and people that was unaliving their servants, they was sent to prison or unalive themselves. I read them old books and I seen what happened. And they could give y'all these Hollywood movies to portray a different story all day. I saw what them books said. So we could play these games all day until y'all actually get up on the knowledge and learn what happened. But that's a theory of mine. Because why did you just up and say, I want to enslave everybody? And try to, then later on in the modern time, you're going to say, oh, we only slave black people. That's not true. Everybody was enslaved. And only the rich was controlling. Yep, fact, the same cycle again. That's what I'm thinking, people. I'm thinking it's going to happen again. It's either get with the program and get on this community mess, because I think the only way to combat slavery is being community oriented. That's the only way. If you're doing what you got to do, helping the rest of the world after this cataclysm, because these floods, these destructions and all this stuff, you're going to be finding people that's going to be looking for other humans, and then you're going to have a monarchy going on. It might be the Book of Eli in this thing. You never know. That movie, Book of Eli. You never know. So y'all got to look at this bigger picture. Think what's going to happen after cataclysm. And you, by the Great Spirit, somehow you survived. What you going to do? Thank you for the 5, bro. What about AI? Isn't the reset one going to be about replacing us with AI to get the USS out of traditional human work? That's part. But the real reset, I'm talking about Earth's, the natural reset. That's man-made reset. We be having man-made resets, which is the one you talking about, the AI and all that other stuff. Materialism or naturalism? Yep, that was materialism. Unless you're talking about when about post after cataclysm when you said materialism cataclysm. I mean materialism and naturalism. But that's a man-made reset. We already in the man-made reset. The digital currency, the drop of the US dollar, people, the natives' children's being taken from them, social credit system. It's a lot of stuff happening and it's moving fast. That is man-made reset. Oh yeah, that's the fact. Okay, you saying it's a choice, materialism or naturalism. I'm gonna choose naturalism, and I'm not gonna. I can't even say what the hell I would do during post cataclysm. I don't think any of us can say what we're gonna do during post cataclysm because would you be on the side of slavery and say, "Hey, we need to get this world in order, and everybody's running out of chaos. We need to control these people"? That will implement slavery. Capturing people and say, "Get your shit together." If you don't do what I say, then if you don't get this everything in order, then unaliving. Some type of inhumane crap. Or is you gonna be with the program? Hey, I'm for promoting life, all this other stuff. People, we really don't know what we're gonna do after post cataclysm. And that's really something y'all really got to think about. So it's either form a community or be a slave. That's the only, or you just be off somewhere and nowhere near humanity whatsoever. You be an old hermit somewhere. Anything goes or control. Yep, pretty much. So when y'all look at the big picture, it's crazy. It's really crazy. Then after this slave and repopulation, reconstruction, because it's going to be reconstruction again. It's going to be a loss of identity again. Who's going to have power? Who's the one going to have power? And then there's going to be a whole nother war. It's just going to be a cycle over and over and over and over again until Mother Earth say, you know what, let's start a new thing. But this was coming. We having two resets. We having the man-made reset, and we're gonna have the natural reset, which is done by those three celestial bodies, or probably more. And that's gonna evolve. Let me show you what's gonna be raining down on y'all. Because I don't want you to think, oh, it's just gonna be real hot and it's gonna be earthquakes and volcanoes erupting. No, it ain't just that. It's way worse. It's way worse. This right here. This thing right here. This thing is made out of iron. That's what's going to be raining down from that celestial body, or what you call a destroyer. In the biblical days, what is it? In a Talmud, in the Hinduan books, whatever you want to call, wherever you want to talk about, they all talked about hell and brimstone or some type of star falling down and destroying civilization. Those things got a target. And when I say if you be in that wrong frequency, those things are attracted by negative frequencies. The more evil done in the world, the closer Nibiru comes. And y'all seen all three of them hoes in New York. Do you know how close we are? Because the blue Kachina already showed itself. It already showed itself. That was the warning, the blue Kachina. That once the blue Kachina turned red, it's over with. And y'all just seen it red. So how many times, how long we got left? I don't know. Days can mean years. Years can mean centuries. I don't know. But all I know is being at right frequency so you don't have a target, because these things is facts. That thing is attracted by negative energy. When I say negative energy, things that is taboo, things that is unforgivable, such as unaliving. I'm not going to talk about those other things because people going to scream cancel, cancel, cancel. I'm not going to do that. But you know what is taboo because it resonates in the soul. You don't see animals do it. Whatever you see nature don't do, that's bad. Nature has a community. Naturalism, how do nature have a community? They don't talk, they don't walk. Their roots is connected and they communicate with each other. That's a community. That's an ecosystem. They barter and trade too. Did you know that? They trade their seeds. Yep, they trade their seeds. How they trade their seeds? They trade their seeds by laying it down in territories. They trade with insects. They pollinate in exchange for what? I don't know what the hell the bees give these flowers, but they give them something. That's barter and trade in nature. Barter and trade in nature is you pooping on the ground, fertilizing the soil. In return, they give you food. That's barter and trade in nature. You doing things to please nature and nature bless you back, that is the positive energy. If you ain't doing good amongst your own people, then you got evil. Some of us is just neutral, which there could be a chance of you surviving being neutral. But if you're just flat out evil, don't expect to be here at the post cataclysm. I don't even think you're going to be here during the great reset of the man-made great reset. Because the man-made great reset, what happened? People took that juice. People took that venom. And now they only got 2 years to survive, 1 year to survive. And they kept on taking that booster. So those of y'all that took that, you already out of here. You're already out of here. You already out of here for the man-made one. So I'm just being real. Just being real. So y'all really need to think about it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Thank y'all for tuning in. And thank you for the gifts, TikTok. And thank y'all for becoming a member, too. Thank y'all for becoming a member. I appreciate that. And thank you for the gifts on YouTube, too. I appreciate all that. And again, people, if you want to support me, become a member. Become a member or just simply buy some comments. Simply buy something to post your comment to make it be shown. In the next live, you're going to get a shout out. That's just how it is. And those of y'all that's upgrading in the membership, you're going to have access to my early videos and all this other stuff during the time come. But I ask y'all right now, do not upgrade your membership yet because I'm still building. Don't do that yet. But thank y'all. Peace and blessings to y'all. Oseo. May the Most High, Great Spirit, Mother, Father, Child, return a favor to y'all and give y'all reward, whether it's good or bad. You got to keep it neutral, y'all. Keep it natural. Peace, y'all. Thank y'all for watching.